Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit marker by Jez. They're now all tied up 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. We're rocking at 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo. Sure enough, with the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, Tocinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Limes! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada! Tomara tá.
Um som,
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem real. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa.
Pode ver agora, calma,
Nossa!
Hey, we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving Weightless in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going to one hand like that.
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all one. Four. Where you at, homie? I know you're gonna tip to a sniper in this area, but right now you're just sniper. It ain't even close. Lucky. Get headshot. Costco, you want the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
X7 was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make the...
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Misa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kinda nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Down herself on that Sparrow shot. But the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, break stop! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in favor. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone...
And once again, I'm the host here for Mobile Mayhem EU. Obviously, I am so happy. Okay, I'm happy to be here, and I really miss you both. Verdict and Day because you guys are my favorite. I really miss the staff because they are always amazing, and I really miss you guys, the people from the chat who always come and support us. So Day 2 of Mobile Mayhem starts actually with obviously us three being here at the caster deck because I really miss being in this like trio because these two guys are just amazing, and I'm so glad that I have the chance to be here with them, right? Verdict and Day, and we are ready to have an amazing Day 2 of Mobile Mayhem. Verdict, how was your day?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm doing just absolutely swell. I had a chance to knock out a few things this morning, and one of those things was to go spend some time with my mother. Today's her birthday, so wish a happy birthday to my mother. Got the chance to see her in person for a little bit, so I'm in like really high spirits right now, and I'm having high expectations for the day. And just to cap it all off, we've got you know, alive and healthy. That it defeats all, right? So we're so glad to have you back here for another season of Mobile Mayhem, Deanna. I'm looking forward to the remainder of the season with you. And I mean, before we get to that point in the season, we've got to get through today, and today's looking pretty spicy.
Yes, you did. Can you go over the schedule if you actually said it about it? Because I'm very curious, and the chat is curious too.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to pop that up on the screen for everyone to see. It is going to have us with some 3 Stage 5 contenders against respective opponents, not against each other. That time will come soon enough, but it's I2KIC taking on Limitless in our game number 1 of the night. Second match of the night is going to be Xitium and Animus, and we're going to cap it off with a 31er in Nova Esports. Those guys have been getting the easier side of this EU competitive scene for the first 2 days, but the time will come as well. So definitely excited about our first one, but more excited about that second one. I think that one's going to be our marquee match of the night.
I'm actually very excited too. Day, how are you?
I am doing great. Obviously, as probably everybody in chat can tell. By the way, Verdict, you do have a Obs Ninja as well. Yep. I am running a little bit behind today. There's some construction on my road. I had to walk a fair distance to just get to the house. So we are doing our best. And, you know, I am definitely excited for today's matchup. I think Verdict definitely put it spot on when he had mentioned that Nova, so far at least, have had a little bit easier of a bracket. I don't really expect them to struggle against most teams, with the exception of obviously looking at the likes of Animus. I think there are other teams that can beat Nova, but when it comes down to the European region, the biggest thing we always talk about is consistency, and Nova by far have been the most consistent team, even though we maybe have seen a little bit higher of a peak out of Animus. So that's the matchup I'm most excited for this season. I hope it's next week so that I get to cast it and I can absolutely snag that away from Gil, but I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Well, I was not here in the first day, so can you go over the team standings there in the chat? I'm actually very curious. I'm sad that I missed the first day, but I do believe they did an amazing job like always.
Yeah, they did. I've got it pulled up right here. So it does look like we had a little bit of a scoring issue coming through from Tuesday to now. Before we can get the rule approved for the scoring that we had initially talked about, we're going to revert back to the standard scoring system, which is if you take a series but you lose a map, you only get 15 points. And that's the reason why you see Theory Gaming, who was on Tuesday, in fact, tied for a 3-way tie in first place. They're still going to be sitting right there with 15. So the top 2 teams of the night so far before the action does begin, it's going to be Nova Esports and Zidium with the 20 points. 117 not found one map against that Theory Gaming roster. Both of those teams are going to have buys today, so everyone else, they're trying to get in where they're fit in. I know 31ers is going to have another chance to put a point on the board, but let's be realistic about it. Day has mentioned it already. I mean, you're going against the most consistent team, and I'll even elaborate a little bit more. They have been the most consistent Mobile Mayhem playing team. Any team who has been able to take Mobile Mayhem championships consecutively for as long as they did, they are deemed the champions of Mobile Mayhem. And so far, only Animus has been up there to contest and take away from that title. But it's only been 2 times. And then we also had, who was it? It was the Navi roster. It was Anarchy at that time to also give them a run for their money and take one map, or one series. But Other than that, it's been all and over for Mobile Mayhem since I've been here.
Also,
Yeah.
I do want to say this. I really like your shirt. Verdict looks amazing.
Yeah,
just saw it.
Verdict always
like-
looks amazing.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, like this shirt, it's supposed to stretch, but bro, my arms cannot breathe right now. My chest is about to pop out. But I'm sure by the end of the day it'll be, you know, all good to go. But I appreciate that. And
That's
Deanna,
a problem to have, though.
yeah, man. We're bulking back up, baby. I'm gonna be busting out of this puppy
There you go.
in a few weeks, okay? I'm just saying that. All right, Dave. I think this is
need the live cam of you hulking it off. I want to see it rip, you know?
All right, I have to send you a live transition, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the action. Deanna's gonna be joining us back momentarily. We've got a pretty solid rotation on our hands, Dave. I'm gonna be honest with you. The format change to best of fives. They look pretty spicy, bro.
They do, and I think you and I are both on the same page that even though it has the potential to make our day even longer, I think it is much healthier for the competitive scene to have these best of five opportunities available, especially for the teams moving on to stage 5. One, you just have more opportunity that if you have a slow start, you can make the rest of the series come back. If you are, you know, theoretically then the stronger team. If you drop a hard point or you drop a surge, there's still and everybody in every match shy of a forfeit or anything like that should theoretically be getting control in the rotation twice a week, which again, I think that's a big help for the stage 5 teams moving forward, as well as it's a big help for the other teams as well planning for next year, because obviously control is here and it seems to be here to stay, which, you know, thank God we don't have domination anymore.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't know if we ran through the mix of things, but I've got to say control being seen in Mobile Mayhem guaranteed is a win-win situation. Does look like we're going to have the map selections up here. It's going to be Summit, Takeoff, Slums. If we go past that, it's going to be Standoff and Raid. I know I had a conversation on Twitter with a certain somebody, but Raid is better than Nuketown 24/7 for Hardpoint, which is what I told that said person. So we're going to go ahead and get divvied up into the action. Snowy Hills of this Summit map. They can be brutal. We'll see if anybody can survive the storm.
Yep, we will be on the lookout. And Verdict, this is definitely a matchup that has a ton of potential. And it looks like we're not going to have any no ping, no party issues. You know, of course, it's Europe. And, you know, I got to say, I'm excited. We got the return of our one and only buddy, Rashes.
Yeah.
A.K.A.
Good old
Rashes.
Yeah, right? One thing I will note, though, in this matchup, this is going to be the debut of the pickup that Limitless made right before Stage 5, and that is Speedy Limit, a.k.a. Afer. He's going to be getting into this roster, and I was just absolutely stone cold loving it when I saw it on Twitter. I then again made the comment, hey, you know, Speedy Limit better than, you know, Afer. I don't know why you picked this spot up, but you guys get the gist of exactly. Who is Afer? We know who Speedy Limit is. He's cracked. Right now, he's sitting on 5, and he's already contributing a ton to this roster.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And right now, Speedy Lemon come through with kill number 6 on the board already. One player we are missing from the lineup that we saw the other day is obviously going to be Shady Pear. And, you know, he seemed to be a strong shotgun user for the team. But Says coming through, kind of filling that role right now. 3 kills on board. Make it kill number 4. A great rotation coming out of him. And looking like he might have a couple free ones lined up ahead of him as well. Candy? About to catch the smoke, bud. It's taking him down. And this is off to a good start looking at the P2 for their team.
Yep, Speedy Lemon might be missing out on playing with Shady Pear from now on, but again, I mean, a stage set for Stage 5, I mean, an opportunity to play at the highest level of competition for the biggest prize pool that COD Mobile has ever seen all in one stage. I don't know if I would have passed it down either. Right now, it's 32-28, close one, as we're getting geared up for P3's rotations. I do see Rasmo making the deep push. Sneak, or Snark, and Rashes are going to be able to hold the hill. One of my newcomers to the stage in Mobile Mayhem is going to be Jace. Right now, he's leading the lobby for his side of things. On the flip side of things, you've got Afer, who is just running like a madman, and Says absolutely owning with that R90.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And right now, Speedy Lemon come through with kill number 6 on the board already. One player we are missing from the lineup that we saw the other day is obviously going to be Shady Pear. And, you know, he seemed to be a strong shotgun user for the team. But Says coming through, kind of filling that role right now. 3 kills on board. Make it kill number 4. A great rotation coming out of him. And looking like he might have a couple free ones lined up ahead of him as well. Candy? About to catch the smoke, bud. It's taking him down. And this is off to a good start looking at the P2 for their team. All right, well, off the back of the P2, we were basically able to get a tie game. It's 40-42, and with P3 opening, this is the money hill for our Summit hardpoint verdict. And right now, it is going to be the blue side in on the hill first. Of course, that is going to be the side of Limitless. And I2K Icy, definitely a team that we've seen a fair number of these players before to a degree, but I'm also seeing a couple newcomers. So when it comes to what we expect for this matchup, definitely looking at the likes of Limitless having a distinct advantage. Not entirely convinced enough to say that we're looking at maybe a 3-0, but I definitely think it is a possibility.
All right, well, we'll see as we do get geared up for that rotation over the P4. You can see the money hills have been locked down so far. We'll see if the break comes through early here for Limitless. Right now, they've got I2K in some pretty keen positions. Looking for the lockdown here on these spawn sites. 1 kill will mess you up. And look, not able to hold off on the kill cam Candy. He's going to be spawning halfway across the map. Jace's also doing the same. This is a recipe for disaster. Callow is going to be taken down. That's going to be the full take on the spawn sites. And the early advantage rolling in Limitless's favor. But this is a matchup that we anticipated to be a 3-0. The fact that we got to see a little bit of a competitive first 2 hills and that things just kind of get out of hand, that's what we've come to expect. So right now it's firm holds all around, all across. Jace try to make the break. He gets 2. This guy is cracked as all. Get out, baby! There goes the third. He's knocking him down. 2 more left to deal with in Limitless. And they have pressed their limits one too many times. And the tickets are going to be punched out, Dave. That is going to be the break for I2K. If they can take down Boot now. Oh, my God. Well, it looked pretty solid for the initial.
It was looking good for a second, but, man, let me tell you, Limitless just turned things up, and now Candy, once again, trying to find the fight against Boot and can't get it. And now Boot, sitting out of 10, working on a Predator missile, possibly could be looking for a Goliath as well, depending on how these next couple gunfight goes. There's the Predator missile locked in. About a third of the way to that Goliath, and that could definitely be a big factor, but that's a head glitch you don't want to challenge Boot. And now P1 reset is open, and once again, Limitless going to be first on the hill, despite I2K actually having a really good P1 opening. So we'll see as it keeps rolling. Mojito looking for the action, finds one, but here comes Rushes, takes him down. But a nice little diamond R90, that Master of Snakeskin, and I gotta say, it's looking pretty crisp right now.
Yeah, it is looking pretty crisp, but as crisp as it is looking, there's going to have to be a little bit more success outside of P1 and P2.
No.
The Predator missile comes through. That might have been enough for Boot to get the Goliath. Sure enough, it is. He is hard rocking this Peacekeeper, and sure enough, the Predator missile, which was just burned, he's still got a Goliath to roll, and they've got a 100-plus point lead rolling into a P2 catwalk. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think salvaging a listen-in with the side of I2K is going to be an opportunity we'll be able to take. If it does manage to get close, we might be able to hop in, but right now it is Limitless taking and will, and they are not looking back. Not even in the rearview mirrors. They are all over the map, and 19 on board for Lemon as he has sped his way all the way left and right, back and forth. Spawn shut down, but JC, definitely a candidate for Rookie of the Split, if you ask me. I have not seen him play competitively. Come on, spit it out, Verdict. But I have played rank with him, and the man's mad crack.
Verdict, I'm going to go ahead and say it, bro. It don't matter if you're at the top or the bottom of the Mobile Mayhem leaderboard. All of these players are better than us. I mean, that is ultimately the reality.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've always been one to say that I think from top to bottom, Europe is maybe our strongest Mobile Mayhem region as far as distributed talent for the teams. And even though you will get matches that don't look it, we have seen teams at the bottom of the rankings really give some of the top teams a run for their money. And that is something that we don't get in all of our regions. And right now, we're approaching the 200-point mark. The Goliath is coming in for Boot. You can see he should be getting that, but Candy, with the claws, at least going to find the one. Boot respawns right on his Goliath. And there is technically enough time for a closeout here. I don't suspect that we are going to see that happen. We are going to go over to a P4, shy of just flawless play. You got that 0-second contest that is needed. And we'll see. You can see Snark. It's pushed on up. Gravity Vortex going to find one. Now going for a flash. Coming up behind Rasmo, you can see Jayce is pushed up, looking for an anchor on spawns here. And well, Goliath is gone, and Snark is in on the hill with Candy and Callow and rushes. And maybe a little bit late in the game, but a big break does come through for I2K.
Yeah, better late than never is what we always say, but, I mean, never late is always better. Right now, 30 seconds left, not enough time to close it out. Mojito popping an Annihilator here. Hey, you know what? Whatever. Spawn trap him, keep him out of the objective, keep him in the spawn. Run those kills up. He's going to be able to find 2 before he drops, and now it's all about P4. But we will certainly see this one come to an end, pending another massive break coming through for I2K right now. Take a look at the stat line. You've got solid numbers coming on the left side of your screen. That's going to be Speedy Lemon making his debut for this Limitless roster, and he is making it look good. He fits in like a glove, I've got to say. On the opposite side of things, again, I mentioned Jayce. He's definitely going to be one of those up-and-coming players that I will definitely be keeping my eye out on. He is not shy when it comes to the gunny, and I am sure he is willing to showcase his skills here as the break comes through with only 6 seconds left to need for the break to come through and shut this one down. This looks like Limitless has got it in the bag. I mean, they've had it in the bag, but let's be real. It's hell of a fight back for I2K.
Yeah, they're doing their best here, but again, I think at this point it's a matter of when, not if, and with only 5 seconds to go, Mojito in on the hill, Says with the break. Now we've got time ticking away. Can we finish it here? There's plenty of time, and sure enough, not able to get the touch. That's going to be a game 1, 250 to 118 coming through strong for the side of Limitless. And again, I do think this is about what we expected for this matchup. I don't think anybody was truly expecting the side of I2K to come through with a victory, at least not in the hard point. Maybe we get into the search and destroy, they have some cracked snipes go off, maybe they've got a chance there, but
no, I completely agree.
Time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. I2K definitely put up a hell of a fight, man. We've seen maps go on Summit 250-0 before, and there's 3 relatively new players to the scene. 4 technically, and Jayce. Rushes is literally the only player who's ever played in this format before. So nobody on that roster has made it to Mobile Mayhem besides him. With that being said, Jayce was the only player who shined on the I2K roster for this map. We'll have to, you know, scale their progress, but I'm just kind of like cherry picking for right now for future references when we do have that rookie to split opportunity to come up. I'm going to be referencing back to these big game matchups. And right now, you step toe to toe with a stage 5 contender, and they've got a freaking red hot Speedy Lemon who came through with a massive performance in game number 1. Not a lot of massive hill presence, but that's going to be Boot coming through with the 2 minutes and 17, as well as Mojito who top fragged in the MVP slot for 27 and 18 and 2 minutes and 20 on the hill. So, we're gearing up for game number 2, baby. Based off what we've seen so far, Limitless are good on a hard point, but I think where they are going to thrive at the most, and where I think everybody else will agree with me at, is the search or destroy. It's probably up there, and it's got to be top 3, right? It's definitely up there with the likes of Nova, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the roster has changed since we really saw the strongest of the Limitless roster, but I mean, they're still coming through with plenty of talent, especially with Afer starting off the season the way he has. So we'll be on the lookout for improvements on that. I do need to move my car before my neighbor has to go to work, though. So
gotcha.
I will be right back.
All right. We're going to take a look at the best of 5 spread, just to kind of run through it one more time. We are heading over to Takeoff for a little search or destroy for that game number 2. Bans that came through, because I don't think I got a chance to run through those either. It was firing range and Hacienda. Purifier and Sparrow are also off the table. We're going to be solo doloing it here for game number 2 until Day is able to make it back. But as of right now, Limitless writing checks and cashing them as we speak. We're going to see if we can cash out on a fat 20 points moving forward. So we're going to get geared up for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Got to give a huge shout out for VK for absolutely just a tremendous amount of support. Also, Codex and Deanna. We took down the Bobby bot. All right, and we all know only bots lose to Bobby. But we're also going to have to say Verdict is also a bot too. So here we go. Game number 2 is ready. The startup, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the action. Trailer might overlap with the gameplay, but don't worry. We're going to catch everything we can. All right, first initial rounds. It's going to be 6 on the attack here for the newcomers in I2K. Limitless, happily enough to sit back in their spawn. Well, with the exception of Says, who has found his way up to the top side of this construction site. He's got a laser on his switchblade, but it don't matter. He finds one before he goes. Snark there to get the quick trade, but he's going to get out. Boot from where, bro? Quick shots. Anything I see that is clippable, chat, you go ahead and hit that clip button for me. I will be happy to post it to TikTok. We are now officially posting clips from Mobile Mayhem. There it goes. The backstab from Boot. That's right, chat. I'm plugging my TikTok, okay? Sue me. 1-0 lead in favor of the defense. Already off to a good start.
Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired.
We're going to go ahead and give the spotlight over to... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Boot. Just wait to line it up. That's the combat axe. Boot, who picked up 2 in last round. French M&M. Says gets the clearance up top, but Says drops like a sack of potatoes as Say picks up his 3rd and 1st of the round. Snipes come through. Rasmo evens it up. Mojito's going to be able to find one as well. And now Snark, trying to get into enemy territory, has found success clearing out the A site. It's an even 2 for 2, but here comes Boot. He's on the prowl. First shot's missed. Candy! Giving him something sweet to chew on. It is the DLQ, the Advanced Artillery, making headlines. Oh, baby, get a haircut yourself. Mojito comes through with his DLQ. He's able to pick up off Boot's body, and right back to an even matchup it is. 2v2 style. 35 seconds on the clock. Pinch approach is necessary right now. It is head above the water for Speedy Lemon, who is trying to get something going. Mojito from Health Center is going to get the call-outs. That's going to be enough for the collapse to come through. The reposition here for Speedy Limit. They only got 15 seconds. Time has been played pretty solid so far for I2K. The fake defuse is not going to be baited. Snark going to get some shots in, but he's going to drop 2. Speedy Limit's going to get the defuse, and that is going to be the round. And a solid 3v3 takeover. 2 players left standing, and they were for the side of Limitless.
Defend the objectives. The enemy has the bomb.
All right, next round. So far, I mean, I've got to say, I2K have adapted pretty well so far. Right now, they're trying to adapt over to the B-sided map, and it's Afer who's trying to hold off the push. Little does he know, as he makes one wrong move, he's going to be right in the pockets of enemies, and rushes is right up top. There's Say coming through the window. Afer's going to be able to do the deed and get back, and only 2 players have dropped, and both of them on I2K's roster. Kind of stuck right here in this P4 building. You can see the side of Limitless. They are doing what they do best, setting up perimeters, but can't set up a perimeter around Candy. Yeah, you can. As long as they drop out like that, absolutely. Rushes is the last player live. Boot gives them the business right to the face. Another round in the pockets of the defense. Limitless holding strong here on it. We'll see. You know, we're just going to start off the round every time with Boot. I just want to see if he lands one of these cross-mat combat axes. I got to say, the trajectory on that one probably could have afforded to get a little bit more higher. A little higher, a little more higher. A little... Yeah, you get the picture. It could have used a little extra, you know, to a chat. Oh! Boot almost catches the shot before the SMRS shot comes through right now. Boot's got a split between 2. So is Speedy Lemon. He's going to take one with him before he goes to flicks on point. Rasmo going to be able to find one too, but he's out in the open, exposed. Butt naked challenges. We already know how that is. You can't streak and take off, baby. There's not a lot of cover. Minute 15 now. Bomb's made its way over towards this P3 building. And Boot is getting the hell out of Dodge. Say's up top, covering. Any kind of crossfire would be appreciated. As Say... Callow looking to collect the pieces, finally put a point on board for I2K here on the attack, and they've gotten closer and closer each round. We'll see if they get a little bit closer, maybe if they can do the deed.
Finish it.
well, it's not looking like it's possible now, as Boot is going to be able to make things a little more uneven. That's the bomb going down, and Callow's stuck by themselves. He's going to have to pick up this bomb, and with a little over 30 seconds left to go, not a lot of places to go. Know how Says didn't see him, but Callow gonna be able to cross right in broad daylight. Bomb's gonna go down. 45 seconds on the clock. 2v1 retake here for the boys over at Limitless, and Callow. I don't know if this is a safe corner right now, and you could tell by the defense's approach to retake. Oh boy, this is up. Good shots. Gives himself a fighting chance. Boot now. Pressure's on, homie. 22 seconds to perform. I2K, they're trying to get out of being in that donut slot, and Callow trying to be the hero. Oh, Boot! The tracking, the shots. Man doesn't fold under pressure, he performs. Putting on for Limitless. 4 rounds rock solid here as we are getting geared up for it. I think I might have heard Dave's mic. Are you back on me?
I am back, and let me tell you, bud, I'm not in as good a shape as I used to be, but running the mile, back when I was like 18, easy stuff, wouldn't even be winded. Oh no, by the time I got to my car, I was like, oh, we were dying, dude. It was pretty bad, but Speedy Lemon comes through with kill number 5. I gotta say, I expected I probably didn't miss much, but a 4-0 is maybe even more convincing than I thought it was going to be.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill you in. It's actually been close up into that round. The last 2 rounds actually went down to 2v2s or 3v3s. Actually, the last 3 rounds have been very close. That one was just a little out of reach. But the first round was a bit of a blowout. Second, third, and fourth were actually very nail-biting. Boot clutched up a nasty 1v1. Almost didn't catch the flick, but
Boot's on 9 right now.
Yeah,
so,
he's a monster.
Sweet Jesus, man. All right, well, we'll give Verdict a little bit of time to rest ye old chops while we get into the action. But Boot gonna get one on to Snark there, puts kill number 10 on the board, and with the bomb plant coming through, it's a reasonable position for our I2K to be in if they're able to make the defense. Obviously, they've got their opponents of Limitless playing against time at this point, and that should be a free kill for Callow. Callow, ain't no way you let some rando named Speedy Lemon 12 turn on you like that. But Candy, maybe you can get an angle here.
Oh, this
Listen
is
to play for
Look at Mojito.
sounds,
no, diffuse. Yeah, play for sounds. Bro, I mean, I thought we established this on Tuesday. Nobody uses headphones. Nobody sounds like
apparently not.
Yeah, they play with their toes, and that's why they can't hear anything. That's why they're also freakishly good, too. Yeah. I mean, come on. Well, things were looking pretty solid. I got to give it to the boys over at I2K, though. They've got the name of the game down. The objective played to a flaw. They've gotten the bomb plant down 3 out of those 6 rounds. You can't really argue with those results other than the fact that you're pointless at the point. Or at the moment. So, Snark, going to be able to find the second of the round. Speedy Lemon, not so fast, my friend. Say's going to be able to find one, but it's a good old 3-for-1s coming through, and the player advantage is clearly in the hands of the defense as they're trying to keep this dream alive, Day.
Well, they are trying, but they need to find something more to get working for them because they are kind of getting a little bit clowned on right now. So this is looking like a good round for them to at least get the point on the board. Obviously, we've switched sides, so now they get to play the defense. And, I think you and I have come to a pretty mutual agreement that the defense is a bit stronger here on takeoff, not only for search, but also for control. So those are always factors to consider. Boot going to get gunned down by Callow there. And, well, now that leaves Says, who's got 4 kills on board, left alive, turns the corner, going to get the scope onto 1, but now getting pushed from the side by Snark. And, in fact, might even have J-Say looking for him as well. Put the rotation up, Says. There's a free one.
No way.
Now looking a lot more doable. We're looking at a 1v2. Nice little spin on the drop. 28 seconds to work with. This is a bold plant spot. Oh my goodness.
Hey, they're not going to chow, bro. Snark's not in the position to get the shots in. I think he might have gotten the intel that he is down P3. Top of the staircase he'll go. Wait for the player for Candy to make the push over. Snark's just going to go ahead and hop the bomb. Look at Saze. He's nowhere to contest. The nade shot comes through. Bro, if he would have hit that 360, I would have flipped my wig, bro. I wanted to say something else, but... Yo, Saze, you're a demon, bro. What a freak. Like, tell me you're getting naded, and the first thing you think of is you want to hit the 360 shot. He had it lined up. Nonetheless, executed to a perfection for that retake. Obviously, you've only got one player to deal with. You throw the nade up top. Of course, he's not going to reach out. First blood comes through. Candy has been sweet here as candy corn. Right now, only sitting on 3. Needs to be a little sweeter. That's why I said candy corn, because I don't like candy corn. But, you've got room to improve.
Yeah, I mean...
Spicy take, I know. A lot of people like
it. I think room to improve is, you know, the nicest way that you
Well,
could
no.
I mean,
This is a stage. Let's give respect to Limitless. They're stage 5 qualifying team. Okay, they're not
I
just
meant
anybody.
for I2K. I thought you were talking about I2K.
Well, no, I was talking about Candy in particular. She's got he's got 3. It's not a she, it's a he. Yeah, he's got 3. But if you look at it, only Snark and Jace are sitting above that. So the numbers are relatively similar. And again, we're on the defense, as you mentioned. Has a little bit more of an advantage, a little heavier on the defense, but there's no way you're going to allow a guy like Rasmo to get all the way through your spawn site and just put work on you. Put your hands down. Snark finally going to be able to put the speedy limit out yet again. The battle here is strong. Defense prevailing yet again 2 times in a row, and already off to a great start for it, Dave.
Defend the objective.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, but the 6-2 lead is looking still fairly convincing for the side of Limitless. All they've got to do is find one of these rounds, and they'll go up 2-0 over their opponents in the series, and they've got plenty of cushioning. And of course, you don't want to use that as much as possible. You want to just go ahead and lock things down, but it's definitely been made difficult. Now, Boot coming through with a buy 15, not something we see a ton of, but here and there, we will see players grab that, but Saze takes down rushes. That's going to leave Snark as well as Jace.
Oh, God.
Last alive in a 2v4, and the bomb plants through. Jace finds one on Boot, though.
He does. Boot almost put him on a t-shirt, but that's going to end it right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Swift 7-2, the attack prevails this round. Was looking pretty promising for a little bit of a comeback. Again, we'll pay respects to greatness, and that greatness is Limitless for today. Big win for them. They came through. They handled business. They found success on the attack relatively early. A close one in a few of those rounds. Not in overall standings. Take a look at it. Boot. He's going to be your MVP of this game. 12 kills on board. He's earned it. On the flip side of things, you got Jace again. He's tearing things up, Day. And if he doesn't have like a lockdown rookie of the split vote for me already, I think I might need to reevaluate myself. I think that's one person that I'll keep my eye on for this roster in particular to perform each and every week.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a fair statement, to say the least. And just as a reminder to you guys, we will have our player cards starting again next week. The reason we didn't start them today is we wanted to give all teams at least an opportunity to get some stats on the board, so that we don't jump into a game and say, okay, you know, here's the player for this team, and we don't have anything for the other team. So definitely getting some good stats over the past couple days that will make things a bit more exciting for EU moving forward. And obviously, Boot, homie's looking for a search and destroy KD to show off. That is definitely going to be one of them. Came through with 12 kills on the board. Definitely a solid performance. And looking over the opposition, like you said, Jace put up really solid numbers. I mean, outfragged Saze and Rasmo, along with Afer, who's been one of the most potent players in the past couple seasons, and then Mojito also down at 5. So, I mean, reasonable performance for I2K. We had the advantage in favor of Limitless, and they at least made it spicy in the second half.
There you go. That's all you got to do. That's the name of the game. Take a look at our 5-map spread. It doesn't look like we're going to see anything past this game 3. You know, unless a miracle comes through. This is slums. We all know how this one plays out, and we've got to have superior gun skills. So far, I haven't seen very much out of I2K other than Jay saying rushes in game 1, but, you know, again, this is a very talented opponent they're going against, so we won't be too harsh or critical on them. They've got, I mean, they got the core objectives down. I mean, there's nothing more you can do than, you know, getting 3 plants down on takeoff of all places too. They've played the objective very well. They just weren't able to maintain the fort once the pressure came in. So here we go. This is for all the marbles here, 20 or 15. If you take an L, if you're limitless, you're looking for that fat 20 right now.
All right, well, getting on into the action is a control on slums and verdict. We already know that this map comes down more often than not to who has the defense in the first round, unless if you just have a complete blowout. So we'll see what kind of life I2K can bring to the table here. If they're able to hold off on the defense, then I definitely think they're looking to be in at least a decent position. And, well, right now, they've actually got the 2-for-1 trade to open things up. But again, you do have to be a little worried for them, as they're going to be on the offense for the first and, you know, possibly game 5 push as well as what we're looking at. And trades are coming through, and right now, it's still in favor of I2K with a +4 lead on the offense.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, the kills are coming through. I didn't say Rush's name enough, and now he's getting pretty pissed. Putting rashes all over the side of Limitless right now as the bruising's coming through, but now we're starting to get a little bit more stability here. A little bit more realization is what I2K needs. Well, not I2K, but Limitless needs. Right now, they are feeding kills left and right. Objective going to be sold. Snark going to be able to get some shots in. And that's going to be Bravo. 2 minutes on the clock. This is a rock-solid effort already off the bat here for the side of I2K Dave.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've got not only a lead, but a substantial one at that. We're already looking at +9 kills. We're looking at a B capture, and now they have just shy of 2 minutes, and again, an 8 or a 9 kill life lead to work with, trying to make this A push. So they don't even have to play for the cap if they just keep winning their gunfights, which is going to be getting more difficult with all the head glitches they have to worry about pushing into. But if you can continue to capitalize on players pushing like Sage just did, then they definitely could have an advantage. So we'll see as we continue to roll on. Stark and Callow each come through with 1. Still got a minute 15 on the clock, but we do have to be prepared to keep moving by the side of I2K. If you just allow your opponents to bunker back, the 6 life lead that we now have isn't going to matter, and time is not going to be your friend in this matchup.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm on board with rushes right now. Manson's trying to streak up. I mean, anything, you've got a streak to work with. He did put the shots in on 1 before he dropped. And the Predator missile is going to be in pocket, so it's not a Goliath, but again, we've seen Goliaths been thrown and not have anything to show for it. So we'll see how this Predator missile comes through in the later portion of this match. Right now, it's 5 life advantage. Going to be in vain if the side of I2K cannot get the kills to come through the map control. Shots come in. Speedy Lemon with the backstab. 28 seconds on the clock. Got to rush. 5 lives remaining now. Get the kills. You got a little hide and seek to go. Time is of the essence. We'll see the stack up. The last hit. This is all for all or nothing in this first round. Day in control so far. Not looking like the best objective game base mode for Limitless, if you ask me.
I definitely got to agree with you, man. And they might be able to weasel this one away. Still only 5 seconds left. 3 lives on the board. That's going to be Candy getting 1 onto Saves, but 2 left. Time ticking away. Nobody in room to touch. And even with a solid offensive performance, I2K unable to close it out. But they're looking pretty spicy. Maybe they can grab a couple of their defensive rounds and maybe even snag an offensive round as we move forward. But I will say, if they would have opened up with that offensive victory, that would have put the side of Limitless in a very uncomfortable position, as then they'd have had to find an offensive map of their own, or offensive round of their own, just to have that Game 5 advantage. So Candy opens up with 1 on boot. Definitely a decent start for I2K.
Yeah, definitely a decent start, but here comes the operators, Rasmo, looking for any and everybody who peeks out of this objective right now. He's only going to be able to find one. Mojito finally finds his first of this whole entire game. He went the entire round. You're talking about what you have to average to kind of contribute to the team in order for your team to be successful. It's 6 kills. That's the magic number. Anything you get past that is golden opportunity. Right now, boot, slide peek in. Mojito, they're going to be able to hop the hill, and I would love to see it a little bit more support on the objective, Limitless, but let the man do his work. There's the operators pop, the Annihilator dropping bodies. Let him hit the floor. Candy finally pulls out one for themselves, and there it goes. Oh, that's so tough, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, it was like for the making of a great scenario, but unfortunately, nobody blew up the Hummer on the right side of the map right in front of the B objective, and well, Candy, you know, you got 2 before you drop, but you dropped to yourself. And I think you should be taking damage if you're ricocheting bullets and they manage to hit you. But good for the van blow up to kind of take you down and bring you back to life.
I definitely agree with you. I think the claw should have not friendly fire, but self-inflicted damage. If you clip a wall with a gravity vortex, it kills you. So why wouldn't your ricocheted bullets? So maybe that's something we can see adapted in the future. And you know what? Maybe that would be something that would put the claw in a little bit of check. If you had to be a little bit more tactical with the placements of your shots, you can't just storm a building and spray and hope to get the ricochets. Predator missile does come through for Rasmo. Now you can see he's only on a 4, but that progress towards a Goliath is starting to tick upwards, and that could be an absolutely huge game changer if used correctly. I think obviously the other night in NA we had a pretty massive misplay out of a Goliath, so we'll see. But Jayce gonna shut Rasmo down mere points away from picking up that Goliath. And now, with only 5 lives remaining, this is looking like most likely a closeout round for the side of Limitless.
Yeah, 1 life remaining right here. It's practically over. You've got 1 last little hit. All you need to do is get 1 shot here on Candy. The assist comes through. Say's going to get the wall bang. Flawless throw. A lot of mistakes being made for Limitless, and we'll just, you know, throw it on. Maybe they're holding back. Maybe they're just trying to go through the basics so that way they don't show off any kind of strats moving forward for, you know, an even bigger stage. Right now, they're going to be able to have the last round here on this offense potentially, as long as I2K doesn't have anything to say about it. And well, Day, this is the only opportunity we're going to get. This is now or never. We're going to go ahead and hear what I2K has to say as we go ahead and join in for our first Mobile Mayhem listening of the season for them.
Play slow, play slow, play slow, play slow, play slow, play slow. One blue dead, one pushing left side.
Switch your mid.
I need blue.
One Vex. Pushing Vex.
Play it slow, play it slow, play it slow. Learn the lane, get us to spawn trap.
One's in blue.
Play it, come.
One med. Two med.
One is B.
Oh, Annie.
One more B. Where's Annie?
B, one's in B.
One mid.
One bricks.
One brick. B dead.
Right now, finally getting the breakthrough. It was a solid effort so far, but right now they are running through the trenches. They are getting picked apart. Day, Limitless starting to come to life, and I'll be honest with you, I2K not looking as good as they did in that first attacking round. Comms were solid, though.
Yeah, that first attack round, I mean, it was really looking for a minute there like they were possibly going to be able to take it, and unfortunately for them, that just wasn't the case. And now, with time ticking away from them once again, they are at a bit of an uphill battle. They are going to get the lock in, and they do have lives on the board to make something happen. But again, once you get past B on the offense of this map, look where Rasmo's at. Look at these nasty head glitches that you constantly have to fight into if you're on the offense. So definitely a big factor. And, well, Callow learned the hard way, and now Jayce in a good position to win a gunfight. Sure enough, going to pick up 1 SKS. Not a great pushing weapon, and, well, the 10-9 advantage still in favor of the side of Limitless, but not a whole lot of action going right now. Mojito trying to make the rotation. You know, Mojito, you watched that hunter killer go up. You watched that hunter
Look,
killer
we caught
come
it.
down.
We caught it. We caught it.
Did you?
Yeah, we did. We did. Look, I watched him watch that go off, and as soon as you said, I was like, yep, we know what happened right now. Live count is actually surprisingly close, but the time is definitely another factor that we will have to deal with if you're an I2K fan. Say is going to be able to grief. Callow just popped the operator. 3-3 life. Trying to get the clearance. Candy, one last hit. 2 players left standing for each. Make it 1. The Claw not going to be able to find anything. 8 seconds now. Boot. Gonna go ahead and test the waters. Where did he go, bro? Oh my god, he's like a magician! But Candy!
Oh, Candy.
Candy able to pick up the last one. In a miracle round for I2K. They stay alive. Day. Does it have any implications on it? This is where we sparked a comeback. Things didn't look like it was going to progress for them to take that round, but things went their way surprisingly. They got another bit at life. This is do or die for them, though.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could make a difference because now, for the side of I2K, we're back on that defensive hold. And if they're able to stop the push this time around, then they've got chances. I mean, you do got to remember that round 5 is going to be in favor of the side of Limitless just because of the orientation, right? Them having that defense start. Hopefully that's something that we can see optimized for Control in COD Mobile as time continues to move forward, because I believe in the console version, it's whoever gets the most ticks, and then next is in the best time gets the defense for that final round. And for maps like this, that plays a really big difference. So right now, a 4-life lead for the side of I2K, and like we've mentioned before, even if we get the B capture here for the side of Limitless, they then have to push into head glitch after head glitch. It's going to be a difficult uphill battle, and you can see that they are already struggling trying to keep their feet here on this P2 or B site.
Yeah,
I don't know
there
why I
it
said
goes.
P2.
It's okay. It's quite all right. Life counts are relatively close. And right now, it does look like the objective's going to be abandoned. They're going to be focusing up for playing a little more conservative. No, Snark inserts himself in the equation. They finally get rushes out of the objective. He was a demon inside, bro. Was popping with the R9. Making it look easy, the doof. Time extension. Minute 20 on the clock. Operator, do you have the number? Can we connect another round? Says he's trying to end it. J-Say, though, on the other side, baby. 26 deep. And he is turned up in the later portions of this game now. Name of the game is Stay Alive if you are I2K. Just grief your opponents. Make them make those unnecessary mistakes. Right now, they're giving up a lot of map control in order to do so. J-Say, though, cannot go big. Say shuts him down. This might be it. 8-6 life count. Map control given up on the left-hand side of the map. And now it is all the numbers game. 5 remaining. 4. Day, this looks like the defense, again, going to sell the bag.
All right, well, the 3-1 looking like we're getting ready to close things out, and there is the final kill coming through, number 22 for Boot, and there is the 3-1 victory, and in the series, it's going to be a clean 3-0 coming through for the side of Limitless. They're going to pick themselves up a crisp 20 points here for today, Verdict. And unfortunately for the boys over at I2K, they are going to be going home empty-handed, which is rather unfortunate for them. So, Says, definitely a big performance coming out of him here. 31 kills on board. We talked about that magic number being 18, and well, he went above and beyond for the team in that one. 4 rounds in, you'd be looking at about 24. And homie came up with like a whole extra round and then some of kills. So
no, you're absolutely right. But I mean, can we really praise Limitless for that game, or can we, just say that it was close? I don't think that was, textbook perfect from them, but they got the job done. I gotta commend I2K. They came in, backs against the wall, getting blown out in Search and Destroy. You know how it is after you take a beating, bro. It's just kind of a mental thing. They put up a hell of a fight. The one thing they did wrong was they sold that first defending round. They had hella close attack rounds, even winning one by the miracle of Candy, who got the nasty 2-piece. But with all that aside, it was not a blowout on this control. It was great map control early on for the boys over at Limitless, but it was the dog in the fight inside of I2K that prevailed and took it a little bit further. I would have liked to see that one go another round, to be honest with you. I think they put a hell of a fight against the Stage 5 opponent, and I'll commend them. They're definitely going to be on my watch list for new and upcoming teams. Got to find a way to get a little success in Snark, but that's going to take us back to the booth where you already know we've got the best in business back in town. And ladies and gentlemen, Deanna, what are your thoughts?
Oh, hi guys. Well, it was amazing. Obviously, I'm kind of sad that it was a 3-0. I wanted to see more for my first matchup in EU, but watching I2K versus Limitless was actually very fun. We did saw the hardpoint was actually amazing. I was actually very happy when I saw that at the start we did had a good lead on the side of I2K, but coming in to the P tier, right, Limitless just start flying and start getting that big lead that we saw, and they actually managed to win the hardpoint game. I do believe the only one who had more than 25 kills on the side of I2K was JC. He was trying his best, but it was quite difficult when on the side of Limitless all players had more than 25 kills. Going in the SND, not my favorite map, but Limitless had 6 rounds in a row win, right? That was quite fun and amazing. I did saw Boot snatching some cool sniper shots like always, so I was quite impressed. And then we did saw 2 rounds on the side of I2K being won, but Limitless won. And then the control, well, the control was actually quite amazing. As you saw, the kills and so on, it was quite close with the kills, right? But Limitless actually had a very, very good control all over, even if in the first round. Actually, I2K had an advantage of kills, right? But they did not manage to hop on the objective because Limitless had actually very good map control. They had their score streaks on, they had everything on point, and they actually managed to get the 3rd win. So, well done Limitless, it was amazing watching you, and well done I2K, because I do enjoy watching them too, and I hope I'm gonna see more from I2K in the future and from Limitless too, but overall, it was amazing, and I'm so happy that I was here to watch it, because they always do get the best.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I think that was a spot-on analysis. I think the first game was definitely not winnable. Second game, you had opportunities to strike and strike quickly, just couldn't capitalize on those. In that third map, you know, when we see new teams come into the scene, there are things that we look at and like kind of question and like, why are they doing? I didn't have any of those moments out of them. What I did see was a very spicy control game, and there's a lot of fight in those comms. They have a lot of focus, and I have a lot of respect for a team who, even in the face of adversity, being down 2-0, put up fights like that. So they've earned my respect for the remainder of the season. They'll just have to maintain it with you know, steady progress. And going up against teams like Limitless, it's no joke. Teams like Nova, teams like Animus, you're not going to get, you know, any better than that in EU. So commend them. We're going to get geared up for our next series. I think this one's our marquee match of the night, Deanna. Who do we got on hand?
We're gonna have Xitium versus Animus. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm an Animus fan. I was fangirling last season. I'm fangirling right now too. So yeah, I'm actually very excited to see. I'm sorry. To see them play, because I really miss watching them play. Because they are all awesome. So I really miss playing with Gutia too. So we're gonna take a short break, guys, and we're gonna be right back. guys, welcome back. We did had our short break. Obviously, it was actually shorter than I remember from last season, but I'm actually very happy. Obviously, we did have time a little bit to chit chat, and yeah, we are here for the second game of tonight. As you know, this season we're gonna have just 3 matchup every night. So today we are here for the second game, right? It's gonna be Xitium versus Animus, and I should not do this with my hands all the time because I just realized I'm doing it so many times.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I've got. Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know how you guys cannot like. You guys don't do this. I don't know. I always do it, but even when I'm casting and my camera is off, I'm still doing it. But it's alright. We are here for Animus versus Xitium. Day, any predictions? I like your predictions. Any predictions for this matchup? No?
Yeah, I see your mouth moving.
Yeah,
but...
Nova.
Perfect analysis. Yeah. Spot on, Day. Spot on.
Yeah, I was copying things over to the spreadsheet, and I was muted for a second, and I was like, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and start talking. Mike's muted, so you guys don't have to hear my my keyboard ASMR, and you know what, that's okay. But there's 2 teams that we really talk about when it comes to consistency in Europe. Nova being the number 1, just you historically look back, and that roster again has more championships than any other team by far. I mean, it's not close. And then Animus is right there at that number 2. I was mentioning earlier that we've seen a higher peak out of them, specifically when it comes down to the times that matter. Looking at the grand finals of a couple Mobile Mayhem seasons where Animus had actually lost to Nova during the main season. They come back later on, they win the grand finals, they get themselves the championship. You look at stage 4, very similar aspect where those 2 teams were on very even footing. But it was Animus that came through and did come out on top there. So definitely a star-studded team. I mean, I can't think of 3 better teams in Europe to be going to stage 5. I mean, to be fair, I would like to go back. You know, obviously we had some major roster changes between stage 3 and stage 4. I really want to see that like peak Limitless versus peak Light head-to-head matchup. But
yes.
Yeah.
If that roster hadn't have disbanded, we could have definitely seen big things out of them. There's no ifs, ands, but about it. And when I say disbanded, they still competed in stage 4, but they were not the same without their core players in Balance and Slayer. Yeah. I think that you make a very valid point when you bring that up, but Deanna, I've got to say, we're about ready to get this show on the road. I don't know about you. I know you're ready for the action. What are we looking at for best of 5s?
Okay, so we don't have the first game. It's gonna be a hardpoint on standoff, followed by an SND on firing range, then a control on summit. The 4th game is gonna be a hardpoint on Hacienda, and if we're gonna have a 5th game, it's gonna be an SND on Raid. We do have Annihilator and Sparrow, Band, and Slumps and Takeoff Band too.
All right, here we go. There we go. We're gonna have Deanna joining back here in a moment. Everything put aside, everything on the line. We've got Animus's debut here in Mobile Mayhem. You know, very well endowed opponent in Zidium. They were able to take some pretty nice shots against a team that we had undersold. I think that Theory Gaming was just absolutely cracked on Tuesday, but we're gonna see them test their wits against the stage 5 giant. Right now, it's P1 on the minds of everybody. We're here in standout for the action, baby. Marvel's got the show. Oh, my God! I was about to say Marvel's got the top floor covered, but he gets spread up and split up. Shots come through. The break is solid, and P1 right now is still a toss-up.
And definitely a really big start, but we know Animus, they're going to be smart on the rotations. They're going to be playing for these money hills, and you can see they're already starting to make that rotation over and looking to try to get themselves in a favorable position for that P2. Specifically, look at Grizz, look at Narcs pushing in through the backside, trying to clear things out. You've got the spawns for Durari. You can see he's coming through on the backside, Gathelia, and that is just a really smart play coming out of the side of Animus. And, well, it's what we expect for one of our teams that is going to be competing with the best of the best from across the world. And, they're not just coming through to look for a win for themselves, but, they are playing for the entire European region, right? They're coming through and going to be trying to show everybody that Europe is the best. Obviously, things fell a little bit short for Europe during the last Stage 5, but I think specifically looking at the likes of Nova and Animus, these are two teams that have definitely turned things up that I think are ready to compete this time around.
No, you're absolutely right. Ready to compete indeed. Shady Pear tried to show his worth. Let's see what you got, buddy. There it goes. Hot shots coming in. Etsy's get the clearance. Factory site is a lumen. There it goes. The break is going to stick. Marvel was the last hope. Xitium, I don't know where you came from, buddy, but he gets the clearance right through the gas station area trying to get that secret clearance. And that's the top secret about this one. The staircase challenge is going to be a fail for Etsy, but you got Cry there to pick up the objective. We got a little bit of a lead rambling here for Zidium. And even though they lose out on one of their best players, in my opinion, they lose out to Limitless, who are going to be playing in Stage 5, and you can't be really upset about that. Zidium losing Speedy Limit, absolutely cracked. Looking like they have not missed a step yet, though, Dave.
No, Shady Pear. They lost Shady Pear.
Shady Pear's here right now.
Well, right. Okay. Never mind. I see what you're saying now. Okay, I got you.
Speedy Limit left Zidium to play for Limitless. It literally got announced yesterday on Twitter. I know, I'm trying to stay on top of the Twitter game. Okay. And we saw him today pop off with Limitless, so right now it's a little stability. Top blue, looking pretty solid. No, we're definitely here for it. Just like Animus, they're here to get back into the swing of things. They're going to get the lead off this one. And Big Blue has been big production. Big value hill right now, and you can already see the branching out. Marvel looking to clear the path. Storm going to be caught out in the open. Yes, finally taken down, but he was taking some shots at somebody who was also making that transition over. Drari's going to be dropped. Backside rotation now, locked down here for Market Side Affair. Marvel going to pop the claw as well. They're trying to get big value out of P4 as well, Dave.
Yeah, definitely looking for it, and I gotta say, this is definitely turning out to be a really good matchup. I mean, Storm not really putting up his best effort right now. I mean, this is normally someone that we're see popping off for this team, and right now it's Etsy, Shady Pear, and Cree, and even Feints coming through with some really good effort. And you look over at the opposition, though, kills-wise, Grizz, I mean, this dude is the man right now, coming through 17 kills on board. Definitely looking solid. And as a result, we've only got a 4-point difference between these two teams, because you've also got Narc struggling down, and with P4, the break coming through for the side of Animus, looking to extend that lead a little bit here, and then we're going to get a fresh reset on the hills. We have a couple streaks in the board for Feints to work with on our reset rotation, specifically looking at a Predator missile as well as a Goliath.
No, you're absolutely right. Right now, they're going to need it because take a look at the gunnies. They're hot for Animus. On the flip side of things, you got barely over double digits for some of these players, and you got Storm, who is lacking. Marvel is the only one on the opposition with any kind of situation for not being in double digits. As soon as I say his name, man pops off and frying. Cree drop. Just shots galore. 11 now for the Madman. Narcs now. Stage 4 MVP looking kind of fresh-feeded. I'm not sure if he's taken a few weeks off, but I think he was just waiting for the right moment for me to call his name as well, as he's found 2 in the feed. He's got the lockdown for the objective. Put up so much time. I don't even think he was, able to record for Stage 4. I think he had 3+ minutes for every single game. I don't even know how you do that.
All right, well, a 40-point lead in favor of Animus, even with Narcs being a little bit behind here. So hopefully we'll see him start to tear things up in the coming games, if not even turning around his performance in this one, because, again, this is a team practicing for Stage 5. We were just giving them all the praises that this looks like a year that they can truly compete. And, not to say they didn't last year. Obviously they did, but, I think this is a team that really has a chance. And, there's been plenty of trash talk too, Verdict. I mean, you got the Tribe fans coming out saying there's nobody in the world that can compete with Tribe. You've got teams and players and spectators from Garena that are like, yo, Tribe couldn't hang in a Garena ranked match. And you know what? We are only a couple months away from seeing whose trash talk is the most accurate. But Animus starting to get the ball rolling, starting to extend that lead. What was only a 10-point lead became a 40. Now we are looking at 60 points in the favor of Animus with still a fair bit of time, and it's looking like Marvel is going to lock down the last little bit for the team here. Actually, sorry, that's Narcs locking down the last little bit.
Yeah, you're looking at Narcs. He's locking down the old. You got Marvel, who's locking down new. The rotations through the middle of the street. Not safe, homie. You've got Inspector SKS clearing the path. Man is just a wrecking ball right now. You're going to go ahead and pop that Predator. Pocket's still deep there for Feints, who's got a Goliath, but I'm not sure when or where he will be able to get this one down with the rotations and transitions being as crisp as they have been for Animus. It is not a chance that they're going to be able to get it here. And surely enough, Cathalia coming through for the backstab. He's going to be able to get the break up top blue. It is a very spicy one. This has been a lockdown for 2 rounds or 2 rotations in a row. And off the bat, it is going to be the 200-point marker reach, but 35 seconds left to fight for. Surely enough, Feint's going to go ahead and pull the Super Soaker out. This might be a perfect opportunity. We're going to go ahead and get a listen in with the side of Zidium since we can't for Animus. We're going to see if they can get the setup for new as well as get that Goliath down. We're going to go ahead and tune in for our first listen in with the side of Zidium.
Barrels SKS, he's CT tank, he's just gonna one back alley. One touch the box, please. They're watching back alley, they're just watching back alley.
Statue. Two gas. One top factory, one top factory.
Feints, come boxes, we can use it.
Some market. I'm coming.
Wait for the good.
I spawned out.
Broken. One broken, what the fuck?
Broken dead.
Come, just use it.
I died. Two farm. I died.
Come, we have to wait for him. Go.
All right, close call. You got to wait for Feints to get this hit. Right now, it's now or never, right? As we're taking a look at it, Day. This is a solid one so far. The fight back has been real, but we're coming to a very, very top-heavy Animus team who is looking to close it out here, potentially in this P4 rotation. Banking on the Goliath, it ain't prevailing.
Well, only 19 points to go, just shy of a 100-point lead for the side of Animus, and you look at the scoreboard, and it's pretty easy to tell why. Look at the massive kill advantage that we have coming through for Animus. I mean, Narcs maybe bottom frag on 18 right now, but you look across the board for the rest of the players, and we're definitely fragging out a little bit harder on the side of Animus as a result. They've been able to lock down map control, they've been able to lock down their rotations, and they've even been able to lock down the hard points as well. And now Girari looking to get behind this Goliath, looking to take it down. Sure enough, gonna lock that one in, and only 4 points to go. Animus looking pretty clean on being able to close this one out, but obviously they do still have to find the action. Narcs gonna find a couple, and now Grizz coming through with the break, and unfortunately for Shady Pair, just a couple steps out from trying to contest, and there is the 89-point victory coming through from the boys over on the side of Animus. And this is what we expect out of a Stage 5 team with the prowess that they bring to the table. I think I got a little bit of a glitched background here, which is weird, but it's a draw. Stand down. They got a lot of glitch things going on in my game right now, actually. What on earth? Oh, all right.
All technical difficulties aside, solid affair there for the boys of Animus. They pick up the 250 to 161. Textbook performance there. You got the crisp rotations, the transitions over. Those got better as the game progressed, and that was a problem because time was of just massive importance for Feints, who fried early on to get that Goliath down, and lo and behold, they couldn't get it down with less than 20 seconds left to go, and that is just never a good sign. Right now, we are going to be looking at a 1-0 lead, and who would have guessed? It's Animus, surely enough. 29-20 for Gathilla. A minute and 20 on the clock as well, but the Nan with the plan on the objective is Narcs. Not necessarily hitting the gunnies, as we saw on Stage 4, but he put his money where his mouth is on the objective. 2 minutes and 42. 32-18 for Marvel. He's going to be leading the pack with kills and the entire lobby. Grizz right beneath him, but 41, I mean, just let the man run rampant, right? 31-36, we'll forgive it. He's a demon with the shotty. Feints Only one positive on the left-hand side of the screen with the exception of Storm, who had a rough start to begin with, but when you're having a rough start, it's hard to get on the objective. You only got 16 to go along with it, so we're getting geared up for it. It is game number 2. We're going to be heading down to firing range for a little search and destroy day. We've talked about search and destroy talents in EU, and when we think of anybody who is absolutely cracked at it, you already know who we're going to talk about. It's going to be Animus. They do it on any and every map. They'll give anybody a run for their money, any time. This is going to be Xitium's true test. Are they actually better at search and destroy? I know we praised them on Tuesday, but what are your thoughts? That is very good analysis, by the way, Dave.
Yeah, I was inputting stats again. Maybe I should just do that after the broadcast, because I'm clearly too much of an idiot to unmute my mic. But, yeah, I mean, Animus, they're a team that we consider to be one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to search and destroy. And, well, Zidium, that has certainly been their struggle point, and especially now, not having Speedy Lemon could be a bit more difficult for them on top of that fact. So we'll have to see as we continue to roll on. They've been looking for that credit for us to say that they've improved in search and destroy. We've obviously given them that over the past, I don't know, Tuesday's performance, as well as towards the end of last season during stage 4, etc. But I think they've lost a big factor in that. And I think this would have been a really exciting measure if we still had Speedy Lemon on the roster to see just how far they've come. But now I feel like they may be pushed back even further, and that could just be disastrous for them for the search and destroy to come. Or, I don't know, maybe the pieces fall together a little bit better this time for them. Maybe they are looking even better at search this week.
All right, well, we'll have to find out. We're going to dive on into it as soon as possible. Taking a look at the map bans and everything, we didn't get a chance to run through it, is the Slums opted out, as well as Takeoff. Sparrow and Annihilator are off the table. Not going to make a difference in this second game, but we will see that be impactful moving into that summit control. Without further ado, back into the action we go. Heading south for a little bit of target practice. Firing range, the notorious. One of the best ever to be made. And right now, we're going to see the best of the best compete here in Search or Destroy. Animus looking to go big. Xitium looking to put a point on the board. We're going to go ahead and start off the round. It is going to be the attack off the rip for Animus. We'll see if they can set tone and pace for a very exciting game. And Grizz already off the bat. Look at where Mans is at. He's got a switchblade. No shotty here. He's in enemy territory. But I think the footsteps might have given away his location. Is Gree looking to get the advantage. There it goes. Expose yourself. We'll make you pay the price.
All right, well, the 1-for-1 trade to start things off, but Xitium is going to come through with the kill onto Shady Pear, and, well, Deagle as a secondary. Definitely like carrying around a second primary, right? It's like a pocket SKS, and now the bomb plant coming through. You can see feints. ZRG in hand, looking for the snipes. Can't get it, but you know who can? That's going to be Narcs. He may have had a slow hard point to start things off, but he's in a good spot here. Gets a hit marker onto feints is rather unfortunate. And, well, homie, if you'd had the ZRG out, that ain't no hit marker, bud. So we'll have to see. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more players make the switch over to the ZRG. Well, not going to get a hit marker that time. Takes him down. Xitium going to find Cree. And a very convincing round 1 opens up for Animus.
There we go. Good solid opening attack. Nothing fancy. Just hit the A sites. You get the clearance. You get the kills to go along with it. Easy said and done, but job is done for that first round. And solid one so far for the boys over at Animus. First blood comes through. Make it 2 in the feed. It's 2 on board. Storm's opening up with first blood. He said he's taking things in his own hands. He's catching Narcs right there, peeking through that little window seal. Feints is going to catch another Marvel. Not going to be able to make a step forward. Kree's going to shut him down at cold blood. A solid bounce back round for the defense. And a good way to start off their second. We're going to be tied 1-for-1. And a back and forth affair so far.
Yeah, and speaking of, a good answer back, that was a very convincing one, too. That was such a short round verdict that, you got to wonder, Xitium, you're down a big player that you guys have been bringing to the table lately. Oh, Oh, Narks, the wall bang with the deagle coming through rich, and now
Disgusting.
it is going to be left down to just the shady pair himself. Kind of surprised he's not rocking a shotgun. I mean, it is obviously firing range, not super great for close range, but shady pair has been very consistent in seasons past, coming with the KRM and the R90 as of late. So a little bit shocked by that, but I think it's smart. I think the adaptability is something that has been well needed for this player.
Yep. Bombs planted. Job's been done. They get away from the site and the split up here from Jirari and Narks. That's going to leave them with a little bit of clearance right here. Shady going to slip through the cracks. He's found the backside approach. He's going to round the corner. Jirari's going to make him eat a few bullets. And now Narks coming through for the crossfire. Not going to be needed. Nope, it's the Man of War. Jirari himself. That should be your name, bro. You should be the Man of War. You're literally disgusting. Instead, you're using the Man of War, which is still fairly disgusting. I'm loving it. 4 on board for Narks and Jirari. Animus answer back with a round of their own, and that's going to give them the advantage again.
All right, well, I definitely got to say I have used the Man of War a little bit myself, and it's decent, but I definitely got to put the Peacekeeper above it right now. So interested to see the Man of War. I think we saw Spy use it last week, and we were mentioning, okay, maybe this is a little bit of trolling, maybe not taking it seriously, but you know what? Maybe the EU players are just actually finding it to be a good addition to the repertoire. It is a very accurate gun and carries a lot of damage over range, so definitely some potential in that front. And now, as we roll on through, it's a 2-1 advantage in favor of the side of Animus still, and well, they have the life lead in this matchup as well. And now with Marvel taking down the shady pair, that leaves Etsy last alive, and
boy.
Narks gonna slide the corner, gets the easy snipe, and that's gonna be the 3-1 lead now. Animus continue to dominate.
Yep, defense just absolutely on top of their game. As soon as that bomb plant went down, prime positions, you had Jirari, who was all the way in enemy territory, just causing all kind of chaos. Only managed to pick up one. That's all you needed to do to kind of spread the attention. Right now, it's another B-side hit. Jungle side affair. Storm with the wall bang. Opens up with a 1 big. Now as an A goes through. Smoke is clearing. Storm not going to get any aim assist right there to pull or drag his scope. And 3 players are going to be able to manage to come through, but guess what? You're still not safe. Jirari tries to test his luck in the water, and he knows he's going to win those. We'll see you next round, Storm. 2 players left to deal with. Etsy, Feints. Looking to go big here. Need to find another round for themselves to be successful. Keep this one close. Minute 20 on the clock. Bomb's going to go down. Pinch approach here from Etsy. Trying to get the right timing. Does. Jirari's drop. 2v2 now. Gathella. Smart Chow. Doesn't overextend. Gets out of dodge. The collapse from Feints. Successful. 1 player left to deal with. Marvel. Looking to pull out a miracle here. Catches one off guard. Gets the second. No. Feints. Shuts him down in a bounce back round for Xitium. And a good recovery there as they were about to be down 4-1. We already know once you've got your throat being collapsed on by the foots of Animus, it's kind of hard to get back up.
Yeah, hard is an understatement to say the least, and a good bounce back round. Now, granted, it came down to a 1v1 there at the end, and Marvel was looking possibly like he could do it, but Storm going to open up with 1 onto Grizz. Narks with the refrag onto Etsy. Overall 1-for-1 trade, but Etsy's on 3, and Grizz having a little bit slower of a day here today, only sitting on 1. Storm, that's one you have to land. Now Marvel, he's going to make it out alive, and I know this is a player that we talk about every single season on how good his snipes are, how he's in really a world of his own, and I hope you caught that shot, Verdict, because he put Storm in the dirt. Mid-slide, got the nice little flick around the corner, across the map even. Not like it was just a close-range pop shot at the corner. I mean, it was just clean. Oh my goodness, dude! Marvel might be the best in the world.
Might be. Gets the lineup on Feints, but doesn't get a chance to fire the shot. We got an even 2v2 retake here for the side of Zidium to strike yet again. Well, as soon as I say that, Narks is already hot and don't have to worry about him heating up. He has learned his lessons from game 1. Right now, his shot's not hitting right there on Feints, but it's going to be able to keep him preoccupied. Time's ticking. 25 on the clock. Faints has got to make a move. He's got 2 to deal with, and Gadilla is going to be able to escape with his life, and so is Narks, because I am about to say, bro, I don't know how you didn't tag that booty right there. He gets the redemption. Now it's Gadilla. Playing time. Look at where he's at. Faints is going to be able to get it in. No, he doesn't. Gadilla striking when the kettle is hot. Right timing. Perfectly played there for him, and a bounce back round yet again. As we flip sides, 4-2. Leads in the hands of Animus and Xitium. Now you're going to have to try your luck here on the attack.
Wow, you can see that the Diffuse tried to get a little bit of some spin action in there, make himself a little more difficult to hit, but honestly, it just did not matter. Cathilia, the French phenom, I believe you call him, Verdict, coming through the big clutch round for the team, and as a result, they lead 4-2 in the current match. And while Narks maybe was a little bit behind in the hard point, he was obviously playing and filling that OBJ role that we expect on the likes of Animus. And, well, he's popping off here in the search. 7 kills on board, 6 for Marvel. Grizz basically been able to put his feet up and just let the team do their business. So
I've literally seen him get caught climbing that ladder numerous times, and he still tries to do it. and even if he does get the ladder climb, it's, you know, hasn't proved to be successful. But, I mean, let him do what he wants, man. He's like a child in the store with the parents, right? I mean, just let him play with whatever toys is available. Let him run rampant and just, you know, exert himself and, you know, let him enjoy himself. Right now, we're going to enjoy this little back alley approach. The B-side hit is coming. Grizz there to try and put some shots in. There's one free one right there. Wasn't quite flat-footed, but didn't need to be too much. Faint's trying to get the dimmy down and even him it back up. Not going to be able to get the clearance there. Cathilla going to be able to add some shots in for himself. Kreese drop. Faints and Shady Pair left on their own. 28 seconds left to go. Bomb's in Faint's hands, but he's not in a position to get this bomb plant down. And Grizz, if you didn't win that, homie, we're going to flame you, bro. Shady Pair finally shuts him down. Narks is going to eat some bullets, but Marvel buddy system works 9 times out of 10. Beautiful retake there for the defense. Bomb doesn't go down. Zidium, they're down by 3, and things are starting to get a little bit more out of hand.
Yeah, and it's especially strong to play your 2s when you have the life advantage, right? Because anytime you're sitting in like a 2v1 scenario or a 3v2 scenario, that 1-for-1 trade is going to benefit you greatly. So really, really well executed. And now, obviously, we've switched sides around to go, and it's still currently going to be Animus in the lead. They're sitting up 5-2. Again, Narks and Marvel adding up for a lot. You know, we were maybe roasting Grizz a little bit for being behind, having his feet up, making the team do the work, but he pops off with a big 2-piece in that last round and starting to look a little bit better across the board. And he was able to make it in the tower that time, and, well, dang near broke his legs off the top of Peak there, but Narks with 1, Etsy with the refrag, 1-for-1 trade overall, and gotta say, Cree for Narks with 5 and 8 on the board, looking pretty solid right now for the side of Xitium.
Yep, bombs down, 40 seconds on the clock. 4v4 retake. Everything is even so far. Etsy try to play the head glitch. Cathilla trying to get the shots in. Here comes Shady Pair. Drop like a sack right there inside the trailer park, but it is going to be 3 players left standing. Etsy eating bullets left and right. Finally, the deal is done. Storm going to be able to get the collapse. Cathilla and Marvel drop in a bounce back round that was desperately needed. It's going to keep Animus away from that map point. Right now, a little bit of signs of life here in the latter half of the Xitium matchup against a Stage 5 opponent that, I mean, you can't underestimate at all in any form or capacity, especially not on Search or Destroy. Storm says, hold my beer, Verdict. I'm going in, baby. He's in enemy territory. No, he's in his spawn. Never mind. He gets a shot right to the dome, though. Marvel's going to shut him out. Never mind. Here, you can have your beer back, Storm. It's done.
All right, well, it's definitely a good answer background. You do not want to allow your opponents to get into such a strong position, and, well, that's definitely what we expect of Animus, to divide and dominate their opponents. And, well, they certainly have some potential to do so, but, again, with the side flip, maybe we'll see a little bit more life coming through. And, well, you know, as I'm saying that, obviously that was a very quick round coming through from the side of Animus, and now they are on map point. It's not match point, guys. Remember, we are guaranteed to get at least a control, being in a best of 5 format. So big for the competitive scene, and you know, big for the viewership as well. Verdict. Wow.
Yep,
wow.
right now
wow.
they are just, I mean, this is balls to the wall, baby. Last person standing is Faints. He's not going to be able to successfully make it around those sandbags, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be the end of the Search and Destroy. Started a bit back and forth. A little bit too out of grasp there for the boys over at Xitium. Animus just giving the business. Handle it as well now. We're going to get geared up for control, but before we do that, we're going to take a look at the post-action report. Wouldn't be anywhere without these stats, man. Love it. Paris Legion, we'll give you a pass, Gathilla, because you top frag back-to-back. Hell of performance. You pick up that 8-kill MVP. The real MVP is the person who got that bomb plant down 4 times, homie. Narc's picking up 11 with 1 plant as well. 9 for Marvel, 8 and 6 apiece for Drari and Grizz. On the flip side of things, you've got a little bit of trouble in Paradise. Storm hit double digits. You mentioned him not contributing a lot in the hardpoint. He had a slow start. He picked things up. He also had a slow start in the Search or Destroy. Only person able to get up to that double-digit marker in a relatively low kill game. On the left-hand side, they just did not get anything rolling.
Yep, I gotta agree with you there, Verdict. And honestly, the consistency when it came to the Search and Destroy was just all favors to Animus at all times. And, well, again, that is what we expect out of them. If this team started to fall off in Search and Destroy, I would be very, very concerned for their progress moving forward. Not because I think that they are in, like, desperate need of hardpoint work or anything like that, but just because that is one mode that they can almost assure themselves they're going to have an advantage over their opponents because of just how well they play it. And, well, that was a convincing enough win to come through there. The 7-3 advantage, locking things down. And again, Narcs may have struggled a little bit in the kill department when it came to the hard point. He was there for their objective time. So it's hard to even say they were really at a disadvantage with that, but he came through, dropped 11 here for them in the Search and Destroy, and really put them in a prime position as we move forward into a control where they could just be looking to close things out from there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of control, it's up on the screen. Best of 5 displayed right here. Got to be a solid one for the Zidium now as they're on the brink of being 3-0'd. We're heading over to Summit to see this one potentially end. Life's on the line. Do or die here. Similar situation we saw in series number 1 of the day. But again, these are 3 Stage 5 teams playing the day. It's a lot to ask for that one matchup goes even past third game, unless there's trolling or whatever else involved. Right now, it's all about mastering the craft. There's a lot of potential
for that in the Nova matchup. I'll go ahead and throw that one out there.
Well, I mean, for the most part, we're looking at sharpening tools before we're getting geared up for a LAN event where you're literally going to be on stage playing against your opponents. You're not going to be in the comfort of your own home and the VCs talking whatever you want to talk, man. You've got to say something. It's going to be heard by your opponent. So, right now, first initial hit is going to be on the attack here for Xitium. They're going to be looking to strike this A site and get a little bit of progress on it, but tiptoeing on the objective and capping it, that's 2 totally different things. Right now, the spawn trap's in full effect. You can see Grizz, he's looking to feast, bro.
All right, well, control underway. We're on Summit, which I know is a map you're not super in love with, Verdict, but I definitely think it has some potential where it can go either way in a even matchup. So that's the one little bit of benefit that I will give this map, just because it's not a distinct advantage, you know. So we'll see though. Shady Pair looking for 1. Does pick up the kill onto Grizz, and that's a big factor because you know Grizz has the potential to come through and absolutely rock it with the shotgun on a map like Summit. And well, he's already 5 kills deep, Verdict, with the R90 in hand. Already got that hunter killer out. Now he's looking for some more action, and he says Kree takes the end of this hopper as well.
Get you a sip.
But yeah, still very even though.
Still pretty even right now. The bad thing for Xitium is they've got to find a way to get a little bit of time on the hill, and right now they have found 0 success with doing so. Shady Pair is all the way in the spawn site, so not a lot of urgency. Finally, Etsy going to be able to hop the hill. Storm's going to be able to clear out the kill on Grizz. The hit's coming from the defense. It's Marvel left standing right here to contest. He's going to be able to win out, but time is going to be stopped Finally, a little progress on the objective. Storm going to be right back on and only 2 kills deep. But hey, as long as you put the clock and your team in a position to want to succeed, you've done your job. Right now, 5 seconds left to go. 2 lives, make it 1. Very unfortunate for the side of Xitium. But when you step in the ring with Animus, you've got to put your heavyweight gloves on. And right now, you're getting the heavyweight smackdown.
Yeah, I definitely gotta agree with you, and I think Search and Control are 2 very, very strong game modes for the side of Animus, and that's gonna be an uphill battle here for the side of Xitium. But Xitium do typically perform a little bit better when it comes to respawn, so maybe they have some opportunity here where they can try to snag some things away. Kree coming through with a big kill, but he's only got 4 on the board. You look at Shady Pear, we're up at 9, and I gotta say, for the matchup at hand, this is actually a really solid map performance coming out of Shady Pear, who we have seen struggle a fair bit specifically on this map. Excuse me. So, gotta give credit where credit is due. And still, once again, we're looking at another very even matchup as far as the kills go across the board, Verdict.
Yeah.
Or as far as player lives in total, rather.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, but something completely different about this attack round for Animus is they've already got 2 ticks. They're about to get the 3rd. Smoke comes through for Drari, who found himself hot in enemy territory. He's going to be shut down. Progress over at A is going to be shut down. The progress over at B is allowed for 1 tick, so time is certainly something we won't have to worry about right now. As a minute's going to be played out. As soon as someone hops this hill, Etsy going to be caught lacking right there on the rotation through. Marvel's just absolutely destroying anybody in his path. He's got a Predator missile to work with, too, for this next round. And with A getting capped, that is certainly going to be at a disposition here for Xitium now. They are backs against the wall. Handed their butts to them in the first round. Animus just locked and loaded. This is the difference between, very vetted teams. They hop the hill off the rip. They do the hard work, so that way they can just play the TDM later on. Right now, they're not winning out in the gunfights, and this might be an opportunity for the defense to strike. We'll see now. Snarks is putting the pressure on. Clock is a minute and 40 on it. 3 lives remaining here for the boys over at Animus.
Yep, you are absolutely right, and this is looking like, right now at least, like a big comeback round for the side of Xitium. And again, I think they're down, potentially speaking, one of their strongest players, right? So, that's something to measure. And, I think it's smart to pick up a player like Speedy Lemon 12 for some of the other teams in our mix here. Obviously, Limitless going to stage 5, looking for that little extra factor to help them push things over the top. And Xitium, they're trying to come through and prove that they didn't just need Speedy Lemon 12. They found a round against the side of Animus here, and they've got some opportunity to snap some more away as well. Maybe this one won't be over in 3. Maybe we will get an opportunity to possibly extend this into a Game 4 or even a Game 5.
I mean, I have to agree with you, Dave. The only thing is, the attacking side strats here for the boys over at Xitium are very one-dimensional. You get on the objective, you get taken off. There's no kind of effort to throw the support in the objective, and it's really hard to now as the Sharks are in the water. And I'm not talking about Shark himself. The man's is not stage 5 eligible. But boy, he is definitely here in spirit. I think he's there in the VC too as well. So a little bit of coaching efforts. Right now, the spawn trap is in full effect. And with that being said, only 48 seconds left to go on the clock. You can't even make it a step out of your spawn without being just absolutely roasted. Marvel to add to the insult to the injury. He is right there for this connector site transition. If you come through the cage site, you're going to get shut down. 20 kills deep, man. This is a monster of a player that I do not want to step in front of. And there it goes. Etsy's getting dropped. Score streaks getting popped. A-site looking like it might be Fates who's going to be able to reign supreme as he gets the kill off. But again, still no kind of control. Still no kind of support. Still trying to fight your way out of spawn. You got 10 life deficit. Make it 12 now as Feed just rack it up with a sea of blue.
Yep, only 6 lives remain, and I gotta say, Jirari, with the advantage you guys have, I maybe would have kept this claw in pocket for the next round just to secure things for sure, but time ticking away, lives quickly dwindling as well, and look at that, nobody in any sort of room to touch with the exception of Feints, and if they get the... Oh, Feints, you stepped off the point? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 2 seconds left. Feints gets on the point and then ducks into the room and lets the 2 seconds expire.
Well, you know what? That's a perfect time and perfect opportunity for us to dive on into the VCs. Let's hear what the thoughts and, you know, what kind of strats are brewing here on the defense. This is now or never. Got to be firm here for the side of Xitium. We're going to go ahead and hear them sound off.
Oh, he's concussed.
There's 3 top.
No, one shot.
They're gonna push. You might push us.
Con. P3. And con.
He's camping con, by the way.
No, one shot.
It's a green. Maybe.
Snow's one shot, Feints.
I had some green.
Nice.
Shotgun.
Yeah, green.
He's in the corner, like left side, outside, inside.
Still green.
He's one shot. One more top. He's pushing green. Leave it.
Yeah, he's still...
Alright, there we go. Calm sound crisp. They're calm and whatnot, but right now, it's always calm before the storm. Shady Pear fired so many shots from that claw, and when he needed it the most, could not perform. Grizz gonna shut him down. Day, thoughts? 2016. Still doable, though, for Xitium, right?
I mean, it's doable, but it's starting to look fairly grim, right? So we'll see as things continue to roll on here. We've got 2 ticks of progress on A already for the side of Animus. And again, consistency is another descriptive factor of this team here. Again, maybe you can't date it back as far as Nova, but again, that peak and, you know, how far we've seen this team come is really looking good. So we'll have to see what they're able to do here. We do get the A capture. That leaves B. We've only got a 3 life advantage, and, well, they got to find a way to get their feet on the hill. And you can see Marvel pushing up. Switchblade going to find 1. No, Narc's going to find that. Etsy was waiting for the refrag. Finds 2. Now looking for more. Etsy with the 3-piece before getting taken down. And now Storm in the enemy spawn does have a purifier. Oh, no, it runs out. Oh, I didn't see the time on it. Oh, that's rough timing. But it's been enough so far to bring this only to a 1 life advantage for the side of Animus, and now we're tied 5-5 verdict. Everything on the line here. Kree purifier finds 1, finds 2. We might be looking at a round 5. This one not going to be over yet. Verdict.
Yeah, plenty of time now. You want to see a little bit more patience out of the boys over at Animus before you lock and load. Operators are all out in full effect, and with everything that's up for grabs, I guess it's now or never. You know, right now, Kree gonna eat some bullets. Drari, I mean, that was just such a cheeky little angle right there. He's gonna pop the claw as well. He's trying to finish things right. No! Shots coming through. He's gonna eat a few bullets himself. He's 1. The recovery back in full effect. He gets the drop on 1, but Storm's gonna make him pay. The overextension. Storm gets the 2-piece. We're not done, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to a round 5 and live for Xitium. They put themselves in the position to see a game 4. They've just got to execute here on the attack.
Yeah, and that's not going to be an easy feat, but obviously they came through and showed us that it is possible for them to pull through. You were asking me, you're like, you know, is this round still looking doable, even with a couple life disadvantage? And, you know, we mentioned right then and there, yeah, of course it is. This is a strong team, even without the speedy Lemon, so we'll have to see if they can secure just 1 more round. Verdict could possibly send us into a game 4 if they're able to have a good performance. And, well, it's looking doable here. I mean, we're only at a single life advantage, and that quickly does fall away as well. So this is proving to be a solid series. Xitium proving to still be a team that even if you're one of the best that Europe or even the world have to offer, that Xitium is a team that you have to take seriously.
No, you're absolutely right. Right now, some good gunfights being won here by Shady Pear, shutting down the catwalk over towards the snow side of things. Smoke comes through. Nade shot comes along with it. Finally, some objective being played, and this is it. All or nothing. You get this point, you put yourself in a position to extend the round, which gives you the opportunity to win the gunfights or even cap that B site. Right now, we're asking for way more. You got to do one thing at a time. Finally, the 2 ticks come through. Life count only 1 in favor of Animus. Make it 2 now as shots come through. The spawn looking like it's going to be under control, but Marvel loses the gunny. This is massive. Animus's moves from here on out are going to be calculated. You can see the approach. They're not looking to give up much. 25 seconds. Just hold the objective. And so far, so good. Shady Pear's claw right there is going to expire, and that's not going to be a good sign as Marvel catches him right on the transition. And what was looking promising is now looking like it's going to slip through the grasp of the side of Xitium, but they put up a hell of a fight. Day is it done. 5 seconds left.
Well, one would certainly think with nobody even close to touching the point. Sure enough, even with feints coming through with the 2-piece, they were just pressured too far back, Verdict. And that is going to be a big 3-0 victory in this series coming through for Animus. But again, Zidium, I mean, these guys put up a hell of a fight, and they made that control very, very close and down to the wire. So you've got to respect what Zidium were able to bring forward in this matchup, because it's not just any team that can make a game against Animus look doable. And that one was very, very close until Animus really brought things together and came full circle at the very end of the final round. I mean, it took them all 5 rounds of the search and destroy to be able to close that one out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now we're taking a look at it. You've got to find success on the attack to win maps like Summit, in my opinion. It doesn't matter what side you're on. At some point, you're going to have to be on the not so advantaged side, which is defense, clearly, because nobody was able to... Wait. Yeah, no, it was a 1-1. Yeah, nobody had a successful attack round. If we had flipped the scripts, would it have been a different scenario? Would we have seen Xitium on the defense play a little differently and maybe taken us that game 4? Well, we'll never know, but at some point, you're going to have to rise up and face the competition and be able to be successful on that attack. And I mean, for first 2 rounds on the attack for Xitium, they didn't even look mediocre, bro. It was just not an objective-based game for them. It was a game of search and destroy and team deathmatch, and they lost out. They didn't hop the hill. That last round looked 10 times better, but it wasn't enough. Animus rise up. They take the 20 points, and that takes us back to the host booth, where we are going to be joined by a very excited Deanna. That's right. She said it earlier. She was fangirling over Animus. And tell me that you bit a few nails off watching that control.
Yes, indeed. Okay. But until we get to the control, I did enjoy the hard point, right? In the first couple of seconds of the hard point, we did had a close game, but at some point, Animus started to get a big lead and so on, and they had a big kill advantage. They had good rotations, they had good spells, and obviously a good usage of operators. And we did saw the first game, Hardpoint getting a win by Animus. Coming into S&D, you guys always say Animus is one of the best S&D teams. And obviously, they actually did, like always, business as you say, most of the times, and they win. Obviously, they come in with the win, and then coming into the control on raid, on Summit, my bad. I was about to say something bad about raid, but no, on Summit, I did enjoy it. Okay, we shall not talk about this. But yeah, Control, I feel like the third game, Control was the most closest between all of them. And maybe with a little bit of luck, maybe on the side of Xitium, there could have been a win. But Animus had a strong game, had a nice amount of kills, and a good rotation, and a good map control. And that was overall very, very important on this matchup, and it's most of the times. But I did enjoy this matchup. I did enjoy watching Animus play again, because you guys know I'm a fangirl for Animus. I'm gonna say it, okay? But this is the last time I'm gonna say it, right? I am fangirling for all of the teams because they are all amazing, but particular for Animus, right? But I did talk a lot. I do believe that we need a break to gear up for the last matchup of tonight, and I'm actually very excited for it. Verdict, before the break, do you have any thoughts regarding to this matchup?
You know, I do have a lot of thoughts, but what I will say is we're going to take a look at the standings first. I actually just got that updated. It is in full effect for us to see. 3 teams standing up top for right now, all with a 3-way tie. It's Animus, Limitless, and Nova. No, no question about that one, right? They're stage 5 contending teams. They need to be at the top. This is them sharpening their tools, getting geared up for one of the biggest bouts we've seen in COD Mobile. Zidium right there as well with that 20 points for themselves. Theory Gaming 15, a 5 for not found. Right now, we're all eyes on Nova as they're going to be squaring off against 31 ER. But as Deanna just mentioned, we are actually going to take a short intermission. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Get your cups ready. Get it back filled. Get your snacks prepared. We're going to have our third and final series of the night with another Stage 5 contending team. You do not want to miss this.
Hi guys, and welcome back. We did have a short break once again, and we're here for the last matchup of tonight, and it's gonna be Nova versus 31ers. Okay, so it's actually the first time I see this team, but I did check the roster, and I do see a couple of players that I remember from previous teams. So I'm actually very excited to see them play, and I'm actually very excited to see Nova playing today. So now, do you have any prediction? Because we didn't really talk today. I really talked with like Verdict today, but with you not really. So do you have any predictions? I should stop moving my hand.
I think that's just because you hate me, but
No.
you know, I for one think that the 39ers or the 31ers rather, we talked about the 49ers in the games. Now I'm confused. The 31ers, just an incredible newcomer team, and honestly, Nova is quite possibly the most washed team in all of Europe. I mean, when we talk about consistency when it comes to this team, I mean, they have just not done anything. You know, I think they only qualified for stage 5 by paying off their opponents. No, of course Nova are going to win this one. Come on now, guys.
I'm throwing under the bus. I see. I see. Well, I see this, you guys both doing this a lot, so yeah. But I remember Verdict doing that too last season. But talking about Verdict, can you go over the matchups?
We sure can. There it is, best 5, looking pretty solid. Standoff, Raid, Summit, and if it does go past that, I'll be very surprised. I'll be a happy camper too. It is going to be Takeoff, Hardpoint for the second one. And if we do get to see a 5th game, I mean, by the graces of the gods up above, it'll be a Slum Search or Destroy to cap us off. Hacienda and Firing Range are out of the booth, as well as Purifier and Sparrow. What kind of madman bans Firing Range and not Raid? I mean, come on. It's like the kids who pick Nuketown over Firing Range in rank. How devastating is that? Who does that? Deanna, you don't do that, right?
People. Yeah,
I just
totally
saw who banned Firing Range. Damn. I don't want to say anything. I'm just disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm just disappointed. Like,
we thought you were better than that, 39ers.
Raid?
She hates Raid, man. I don't know what it is. She hates Raid.
Yo, even when we didn't even see Raid in the mix for last series, and she was so Johnny on the spot with just like bashing it. I was like, bro, what has Raid done to you? It's causing
I don't like it.
Look. If I ever take a trip to California,
map, according to Deanna.
Yeah, if we ever go to the Hollywood Hills of California, we're not inviting Deanna. You're not allowed to show up at Raid with us, all right? We're gonna have all 6 of our Lambos, whatever color they want to be. Okay, I'm just kidding. You can have one, and you can come with us. All right,
okay,
but you can't smile because you won't enjoy it, really.
I just want a black on black Lambo verdict. I need you to be successful.
A purple one.
That's the only thing I want from you.
Yeah. The Aventador,
purple
bro.
One.
You already know. That's exactly what we're on pace for. Right now, we've got at least 100 years before that happens. We've got only a few moments before this series starts, and Deanna's going to be joining us shortly after that, so we'll see you back here momentarily. I say momentarily because I'm not holding... If I could hold my breath long enough, we might be able to get this entire 3-game spread in and out. Unless the 49ers have anything to say about it. Day, I know you've already been, you know, the one to just absolutely, like, wail into this Nova team for trolling. But what are the chances we see off-meta choices here for this series?
For Nova, 95%.
Those are kind of low odds.
I'm going with 95. I don't know. Maybe they watched the broadcast back from the other day and were like, you know what? These guys are right. We need to respect our opponents, and that probably won't happen in a million years. But I want to have at least 5% hope in them.
Okay, well, it's kind of like the chances that a little rain in Southern California. Always got 5% as an opportunity on the biggest days that it's supposed to rain, but it never rains. All right, so we'll get to Raid when we get to Raid, but Firing Range we won't see in this one. We are hopping into game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. It is that standoff hardpoint. Right now I'm on board. Neil's got an SKS. Spy's rocking it hard with the I believe that's the M16. I hope it is. He's lethal with it. He's Johnny on the spot with it too as well. Right now, he's trying to be the Pumpkin Reaper. Reapter. How do you say that? It doesn't. The repeater, the Pumpkin Repeater. I mean, he's going to be pumpkin smashing right now, and that's going to be the domes of the 31ers.
All right, well, the M16 has some pretty major buffs on the way, Verdict, but those have not hit our devices yet. So we'll have to see in the future. Maybe this actually will be the meta. I'm not entirely sure. It's getting not only a buff to its damage, but also its fire rate and its recoil control. So, I mean, if that doesn't spell out crazy broken, then I don't know what does, because well, the M16's like decent. You can get decent range one bursts out of it if you hit all of the bullets, but it's obviously not super consistent being a burst weapon in the first place. Even the KSP, when it came in and was super meta in the competitive scene, think about how short the KSP meta was compared to literally any other gun in the game. You know, so. Well, at least any other gun that was meta for a duration. So
no, you're absolutely right. I think you got a little bit, you know, ahead of ourselves. I think that's something that we have not even talked about yet. So right now we're talking about P2, and we're not talking about Nova. We're talking about the 31ers. They have put a hell of a feed up. Finally, the break comes through. A little stability here for the boys over at Nova. I gotta say, they're in the holiday spirit, the Halloween spooky season right around the corner. You bet your sweet bottom dollar we're going to be on board with some themed streams coming through for Mobile Mayhem. Right now, it's the Pumpkin Repeater and the Pumpkin Gourd. Neil finally starting to get things to click with this UL. Love the skins, love the loadouts. And off the bat, solid start for P1, but not anything brewing for P2. Heading to the P3 rotation, Big Blue. Gore's already got his hands on the objective day.
Did I just hear that you, Gil, and Deanna are going to do themed Halloween broadcasts?
See, this is why we never did themed Halloween broadcasts when you were here, because we know that you would not be excited to dress up as a mummy.
But I'm totally excited. I just never had the money to do it. Now I do. This is baloney.
Look,
take me back.
You can dress up at work, and we'll put you on display in cam. You'll be here in spirit. Which is creepy too, but also spooky.
All right, I'll wear like a Freddy costume and be you know, changing the oil on a car as the host.
Well, right now no oil needs to be changed here for what seems to be a lockdown break for the side of 31ers. They're actually giving a hell of a fight against Nova, who are kind of also scratching their head right now. It's going to be the rotations over to P4. You can see lockdown here in the top blue side of things for 31. They're trying to get at least a 31-point advantage. They've got that and more now, as Hart's going to pop the Predator missile. It's not going to find anything. Rotations through. It's going to be Smile trying to make something happen, but they get shut down. 4-player Zed now as Chopper's gunning. He's coming in a blazing. Got to wait for the cavalry, though. You've got a lot of bullets in the clip, but you don't have enough to cover all the angles.
Well, you know, we talk about operators a lot and players that shine with one operator or another, right, Verdict? And I think one of the biggest ones has, at least one of the most notable ones, has been Inferno with the Tempest, right? I mean, he's like the one player that we've really in any recent time seen be good with the Tempest. Well, Inferno's rocking the Annihilator, and we've got Spy with the Tempest instead, which is bizarre to me. So, you know, we asked a little bit earlier, are Nova going to troll? And I gotta say, at least for the most part, they've been taking this fairly seriously. I mean, we've got a UL for Creed, we've got a Switchblade for Inferno. For Saturns, we've got another UL for Neil. Spy's the only one that is, you could maybe consider using an off-meta weapon, but, I mean, honestly, you could chalk this straight up to getting prepared for the possible next meta, right? So, hard to say there, but I gotta say, I think Nova taking this one fairly seriously, and we still have a bit of a lead coming through, or a very small lead coming through for the side of Nova, rather. And 31ers, I don't know where they found this life, but man, they're looking pretty decent right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, This isn't the team that we saw play on Tuesday. They got Gore back in the mix. Hearts clicking, smile. I mean, just making me grin from ear to ear right now. Points held. Right now, the break not looking possible. Big gunfight for Gore. He wins 2. Looking to go big. Send Spy home. Nope, Spy with Sly Peek's going to be able to get the advantage, but there. Right in return, Smile able to put some frowns on the faces of Nova right now as they have not been successful on getting the break finally through. 15 seconds, fighting for table scraps right now. But you can see the approach, they're not looking to get those scraps. They're looking to get the advantage here on this next. With the Goliath coming down for 31, this is possibly a haymaker about to be tossed. Wrong, right into the pockets of Nova. They're going to be able to yoink it. Neil seals the deal with a kiss. And ladies and gentlemen, what was looking pretty solid for 31, things are being tossed out the window and Goliaths are getting yoinked. We're looking at a different ball game.
Yeah, you are absolutely right there, Verdict, and the Goliath already taking a fair bit of damage here. Can we see anything roll on through for the side of 31ers? Obviously, as you mentioned, not the same team necessarily that we saw the other day, so I do think that's a big factor to say the least. And we'll have to see if that's going to be enough to ball them through this one. They're only sitting down about 16 points right now, so it's honestly still a very, very winnable game, right? And,
winnable, very, very winnable. Absolutely, yeah. Right? I mean, they got Gore, who's already popped the top here. Nova looking to get the breach early. That is very unfortunate. God timing. Inferno wins 2 massive gunfights. There's the body shots to go along with it. That's what I love to see, bro. It's like we're at a long night at the bar, and why not take it out on the rest of the opponents right now? Is Inferno 24 solid. He's got the advantage and the upper hand going into this big blue, and with that being said, 40-point advantage is going to be increasing drastically now. 15 seconds in, uncontested, perimeter control is locked down, Spy putting work on it. And 31 looking a little shy now as things have just gone south ever since that Goliath got yoinked. Oh boy. I can't wait for the M16 meta. Spy's gonna be so cracked with it.
Listen, everybody knows I have been waiting for an M16 to be even like realistically usable for a long, long time. So I'm excited for an M16 meta for sure, even though I don't think it's going to be... I'm going to be honest. I don't think the buffs, you know, depending on how strong they are just flat out going to put it as like a 5v5 M16 kind of deal. I still think you're going to have these Switchblade or other SMGs usable in the meta for the close range. But for players like your SKS users, for your LMG users, I think it's looking to be a very strong option. And right now, we've crossed the 200-point mark for the side of Nova. But again, the 31ers, they're still very much in this game.
Dude, they just took down the Goliath, and it was a collateral with heart coming through with the Annihilator. They reign superior here. Their life is back in them. They don't get the yoink to kind of even and balance things out, but they put a lot of damage up to prevent this Nova team from closing things out here in P4. Right now, it's a spicy transaction. Smile coming through. Big Gunny! Big kills!
Oh, goodness.
2 in the feed. The break right back in. The retake. Nova, nowhere to be found right now, Day.
All right, well, we've got 2-14 for the side of Nova, but obviously this game is turning out to be a bit more spicy than I think a lot of us would have considered. And again, it's not even like we blatantly have a bunch going on for the side of Nova where we can say that they're trolling. I mean, you could to a degree say it a little bit they're not using their main operators, but I mean, that's such a small measure compared to you know, what we're used to seeing out of Nova in matchups that they think they're going to win. And maybe this is a good message to take from Nova. Maybe this 31ers team is looking really strong in scrims, and they need to be taken a bit more seriously. Because right now, we're looking at only a 26-point game between Nova and the 31ers on a map like Standoff Hardpoint. This seems like a map where we should have absolute domination out of the side of Nova.
Yeah, well, domination left the window 2 seasons ago. We got control in the mix. Right now, everything is under control here for 31. They've got the lockdown for P1. They've gotten plenty of points up. Now it's only a 6-point game. The rotation through Saturns Gonna be able to slide past. Legacy dropped. One player here on the prowl. Looking to make something happen. He's gonna get shut down, 2 for the price of 1. And there it goes. The opening advantage looks like it might be in the hands of 31 if they can maintain their lives. Big gunfights coming through. Nova getting shut down. 222 to 217. A nail-biter finish. We'll see who comes out on top of this photo. And Saturn's yet again nowhere to be found here on this break. Nova not going to be able to get the initial break in. But where's 31? You've got map control. You're just handing the game and the keys to victory right back into the pockets. And this might have been a freebie, bro. What was building up to be a solid P2 transition for them is looking more like a fluke.
Yeah, the whole momentum of the game definitely made a big shift there. And, you know, maybe that in the end of the whole measure of it all is showing that Nova maybe they're using the current meta and practicing up with it, but maybe still not completely respecting their opponents. So I don't want to absolutely take anything away from what 31ers were able to do in this matchup, but you know, it was clear that Nova were in kind of a corner there. They turned the Jets up. The feed started turning all yellow, and well, as a result, they do come through with the victory. And I gotta say, I was starting to cheer for the underdog win there.
Yeah, I mean, I was too, and then I saw P2, and then nobody was on the objective. They were so concerned about bunkering down the secret side of things. They had 3 players who were literally steps away from factory. And I don't know if there was a miscommunication. Things were too heated to do a listen-in. But the post-carnage report, 41 and 30 for Inferno, who also picks up a minute and 50 on the hill. A minute and 50! Nova putting their money where their mouth is. They've turned the Jets on, as Dave mentioned, and flew past the opponent. Took what was possibly one of the freest P2 retakes I've ever seen in my life. And besides that, it was a solid game from 31. They gave them a hell of a run. Just not enough to extend it to that P3 where they could have maybe changed the outcome. Nonetheless, 250 to 225, Dave. We are heading over to Search or Destroy. Pretty close hardpoint game. You think 31's going to be able to ride that momentum and take us, you know, the distance in this Search or Destroy and make Nova pay for their mistakes? Where they should have there?
It's definitely possible. I mean, with General Gore coming through on the team, he's been a sniper talent for seasons and seasons and seasons, and we just haven't seen him be on a consistent lineup, whether it is him underperforming with the current team or whether it's the team around him underperforming. So maybe this is the missing piece to the puzzle. This is the roster that will shine. We've got Zed here, who's been really solid in Search and Destroy. Even Hart, I got to say, had some pretty impressive performances on Tuesday. And even here in this matchup, went positive. It may only be a 29 and a 28, but with a minute 23 on the hill against Nova, definitely a very, very solid stat line. There's not a lot of teams that, or rather not a lot of teams with players on them that can go positive against Nova in a hard point on standoff. So I'm going to give them some credit. I'm going to say it's definitely possible that they could come through and possibly pull off an upset in the Search and Destroy. But obviously, as you saw at the end of that game, Nova were allowing that game to get a little bit close, and they really put the pedal to the metal and just closed it out completely uncontested after that point. It was all yellow in the feed. You got an occasional blue kill for the side of 31ers there, but Nova just didn't give up an inch when it came down to what really mattered.
Yeah, not going to give up an inch here now. It's you've got a little spark, a little spunk, a little fight out of 31. We'll see if they can make the best of it here as Search or Destroy raid bound. We are game number 2 of the night. Our last best of 5, our last series coming down to the wire there in the hard point. Can we see an A1 solid performance through and through for either team? I think Nova gave a little bit too much cushion. Well-fought battle from 31. We'll see if they can pull the sheets out of the eyes of Nova and possibly take a little bit of an upset season going through. First 6 rounds. The defense is where they're going to stand strong, and we're going to see how crafty Nova is on the attack.
And definitely not going to be an easy matchup for the 31ers by no stretch of the imagination. And, well, Spy, ZRG in hand, is going to come through and opens up with first blood. Takes Heart off of the head glitch there, and that's going to be the first kill of the game. And plenty more to come. It's less of who's going to win this to me and more of a how long is it going to take Nova to clean it up. Zed coming through the big kill onto Neil there, and you can see Spy camping down here at the bottom of the stairs, looking for the rotation. Misses a key shot onto General Gore, however. Creed gonna find Zed. Gore looking for the jump shot, but Smile takes down Saturn's overall 2-for-2 trade. Make it 3 as Creed finds Smile. Spy rechecks the stairs, and there's the dome of General Gore. And Nova, the first round, clean open in our search and destroy.
Clean open, definitely. Some missed shots there from Gore, some missed cues overall for the defense, and right now Nova going to be able to take advantage of those mistakes, and that's what they do best. Right now, looking for the same approach here. Not going to be too creative with it, don't need to be. The basics work, let the basics work. Infernal, clearing out money room. He's got a heist of a lifetime. Here comes the DRH. Cybersecurity shutdown. Clearance on A is not there. They're going to divvy back as they've lost one in Inferno. He was the difference maker right there. Spy, rather, going to be taken out. Gore not going to miss any shots there. And that's going to open up the bomb site as well as the bomb down. Saturn's and Creed, no one in position to capitalize on it. Oh, well, never mind. Hello. Creed lines it up. Can't miss that one. That was Big Sag. Even match. 2-2.
All right, well, if Smile would have rotated down the stairs there, would have surely picked up a free kill onto Saturns, who has not looked behind him once since being in this corner, so tough to say. A little bit of wall banging potential there, but now the re-challenge onto General Gore is risky, but Gore misses the shot. Saturn's nodding for us. I'm not sure why. I don't know. Why are we back to using the Man of War?
We're here for it. Beams, that's why, dude. You see how you just erased that player?
True.
Disgusting. It's like one of those heavy-duty erasers from middle school or elementary. Right now,
that was so long ago. We're so
old.
old.
Dude. Yeah, they were like pink then. I'm sure they're like different colors, and they have all kind of like glow-in-the-dark features.
Do they even use erasers anymore, or is it all computer homework now?
Oh God, we're old, Dave. We're old. All right, well.
Yeah.
We'll see how many grays spray out of our hair after this 1v1. It's intense. Saturn's done the deal on the bomb site. B-side approach. 25 seconds now. Locked and loaded. Gore, Deagle in hand, rounds the corner and right into the front lap. It's not, look, Gore, it's not Christmas time yet. You can't just jump in Saturn's lap and be happy about it and expect a present in return. Or you can, and the present's going to be a Man of War. 2 rounds in a row. Rock and rolling. Locked and loaded. Solid sound. Nothing fooling this Nova roster.
All right, well, Saturn's going to open up with one there, and now General Gore was looking for the snipe on Inferno, but couldn't quite take him down. But DRH in hand, not going to be able to win that close-range gunfight against the Switchblade, and that's going to be Legacy, picking up his first kill of the game.
I love
now
Gil.
Push over. Yeah, the Gil, yeah.
Last man standing.
Oh.
Finish it.
Heart in 2. Can you make it Heart in 1? Zed, where are you? The collapse? There we go. Heart in 2. Gets the 2-piece. Gets the 2 of the first... Or gets 2 of his first kills. And that's going to be first round in favor of 31ers. Yeah, these comparisons are kind of cheeks, bro. Y'all can...
what comparisons?
Yeah, clip them. Clip it, alright, chat? I don't care. Put me on some kind of social media platform and roast me. I need to fry after this one.
Verdict just wants you guys to give him impressions. Don't let him lie to you.
Oh my God! Neil! We're gonna need a device check after that one. Go big, go big, go big.
Where?
The wall big just started off. You had to have been like in his shoes right there. That is definitely going on TikTok later, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we did that, Neil. We did that. We saw it. 4K, buddy. No way around it. Not Saturn's, I'm sorry. Inferno, no way around that one.
It's not over yet.
Trying to get away from the rock. Well, the DRH
Has dropped the bomb.
deals the
Bomb
damage.
spotted.
What kind of cybersecurity do you need to pull out the DRH?
Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired.
All right,
I couldn't remember the
3-1.
brand of the erasers. That's why I said the big brand. The big... I'll shut my pipe up. Yeah, think about it.
Now you got me gotten to figure it out. What was the
It's like magic pen or something like that, right?
I think so. That's Sonny.
It's
You're
on
talking about like the rhombus or trapezoid style erasers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the pink ones. I got you.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. But you know what else we got to think about right now is that Legacy has a Rytech in hand. I think he picked that up from somebody over on the side of Nova. In fact, maybe not. That's a ZRG for Spy. No, he picked that up from Hearten 2. Hearten 2, why are we rocking a Rytech?
Yo, Hearten 2 is literally got 2 kills in a clutch. The only way they found success this round. Legacy gets the drop shot. Neil finally gets taken down, but man, I don't know if you guys saw the wall bang. I'm sure you did. They didn't get to see it. I'm going to go ahead and clip it right now because I know you guys aren't going to do it for me. But that was possibly one of the grossest little feeds I saw out of him. I'm going to clip it just for you to see. Oh my god, just so gross. 3-2 lead. 31ers.
They're Banford Pink Pearl Erasers.
Nah, there's different brands, bro. Those are probably the really good brand. I'm talking like the off-brand ones that all the kids at my school had because we were broke as hell.
Papermate?
Yeah, that's them! How did you know?
That was like the next brand I could remember.
Okay, Papermate was the name. 100%. Oh
Okay.
boy, Legacy's gonna be able to get
I still buy their pens.
Their pens are elite, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, big chase out of Smile. Can he get the kill onto Spy? We got super off topic there for a minute, Verdict, but that's going to be Smile picking up the kill in another round. Answered back with plenty of time on the board for the side of the 31ers. And we're all tied up as we switch sides, Verdict. Nova, how are you guys letting the 31ers take you guys into this kind of position? I'm a little disappointed.
What position is that? Face down? Nova up? No, we're tied.
Face down, back up?
Yeah. Well, we can't back up. We gotta push forward. Well, maybe the defense. They could back up. That was the gore. I don't know who threw that. Who threw the cryo? Zed, you're literally just wasting. You're just throwing it out of the pocket. You don't. Inferno just got absolutely paper-mated, homie. Out of existence.
Oh, God. Paper-mated. Is that a new reference?
Oh! That is. Creed. Finally gonna deal the damage right there. Take him out. Only 2 players left to work with here for 31ers. Surely around for Nova to reel it back in.
Where was Smile just getting wallbanged from?
God knows.
I am confused.
Nova is a bunch of sussy pockets, bro. You can clip that too, chat.
You bet your bottom dollar on that tomorrow. All right, Neil, you didn't have to do him like that. Now it's Legacy, last alive in the corner, and well, Nova's all around. Saturn's. Yikes! Wow. Wow. Listen, the 31ers absolutely got shredded just now.
They should be the 0 for 1ers.
Destroy the objective.
No, they got 3 rounds on the board. Okay. All right, here we go. Full side push. Looking to get a little handsome with the suntans. Inferno's gonna find 2. They have. Oh my God, you are way out there. What are you doing there? Smoke hit you for a second, but Legacy out. She's first in double digits day. 3-2 scenario. Neil for the pinch. He's looking for the flank. Creed up top with the shots from the SKS. Oh my God, just gross. Zed's dropped. Smile and Legacy left to keep the dream alive.
All right, well, Legacy, Smile in a 2v2 up against Neil and Creed. Looking at the kills on the board, you definitely got to think there's an advantage in favor of Nova, but Legacy gonna find a big kill there, and Creed walks right on in. And that's gonna be a 4-4 tie. I gotta say, Verdict, if you would have told me early on that these two teams were gonna be this close, I would have said you are crazy. But the hard point starting it off, the search and destroy, looking 4-4 right now, and I gotta say the 31ers, maybe the newcomers to the scene, but they are another team, and this is one of the things that I mentioned earlier, right? That Europe has been pretty regular with their ability to have newcoming teams compete with some of the best when it comes to the European scene as a whole. And I think the 31ers, while a couple of the names are memorable, right? You've got the likes of Legacy, Gore, and Zed that we've seen before. I think Smile and Heart and 2 are new players, aren't they?
Oh, you got to hit that one, Heart. You got to hit that one. You just got clipped. The knife prevailing. Newcomers, absolutely. I don't think I've ever seen Heart and 2. I've never seen Smile. And I've seen Legacy. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm thinking I've seen Legacy. Maybe I should have because Bro's sitting on 12. But Heart is definitely new, and so is Smile. Right there, Hart was looking to go big. Unfortunately, they dropped the Rytech, which I know Day gave him a lot of crap about it, but I appreciate it. I miss those two, Neil. I'm going to regret it. Bro! The Deagle is so OP. Why is it still OP?
We literally talked about how the Deagle is a primary, secondary weapon.
I mean, it's a primary weapon now.
It's a primary weapon?
Yeah.
Listen, the fact that you can one-tap to the dome with the Deagle is kind of nutty, honestly. Like,
oh, Neil,
I can get it in like a close range.
Finally. Finally deals the damage. Zed, last one alive. He finds way to get shots in on one, but Inferno with the perfect cover fire, crossfire, the refrag. We always talk about being tradable in Search and Destroy, and that was just such a cheeky angle to just absolutely hold and pick up that last kill. We are on map point. 6-4, lead right back in the hands of Nova, and they are looking to close it out. Spy opens up the first blood. Neil, we're going to give you some spot. No, God, bro, I'm just like, I should be erased. Cancel Verdict, everybody. End his misery. Just like this matchup here for, oh boy. If we had assassinations, how many assassinations do you think Nova could have had?
Oh my god, I wish we had assassinations, bro. I wish we had assassinations. You know how happy I would be to have assassinations in this game?
Well,
happy.
I guess we're just
super happy.
We're gonna have to wait for Warzone Mobile.
Did we ever get confirmation that assassinations are in Warzone Mobile?
Yeah, we saw them. We saw them in beta. Or alpha, I meant.
That was so long ago, bro. You act like I remember that. All right, well, big game coming through from both of these teams. I mean, look at all the players we have in double-digit kills across this lobby, Verdict. I mean, that was an absolute frag fest.
Fragfest is one word. No, it's 2 words.
Actually 2.
Yeah, it's actually 2 words. See, just like the attacking strats from Zidium earlier, my brain is, one-dimensional right now. And it's not doing a very good job of comprehending, not doing a very good job of analyzing, it's not doing a good job of breaking down anything. Other than the fact that we did have a pretty solid search and destroy effort and a solid hardpoint one. Out of the 31ers, Nova, have you fallen off, or are we just playing games right now? Well, of course we're playing games. We're playing COD Mobile. Right now we're going to be playing COD Mobile on a control map where we're going to see Summit yet again. Day, I know we were talking about pain and frustration and sad and suffering, and I don't think I can suffer another Summit. I think I'm just going to let you cast it solo. How's that sound?
Yo, Deanna, girl, you ready to cast with me? Verdict's bailing.
Oh boy. All right.
No, we wouldn't do that to her. She's sick.
Yeah, we'll
Next
let her
week
recover.
you can
Next
abandon me.
week.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We're here for it. Can we see maybe just a minor upset here? Maybe just like take it the distance and the control. Make it interesting. Make it close, right? Can we see something out of the norm today, which has been 3 Stage 5 teams so far, just handling business as they should. We're just begging to see someone's downfall, right? Just begging. Somebody. We thought it was going to be Animus.
Are you praying for the upset, or are you praying for the confirmation that Nova is not as washed as I said they were?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You know who you remind me of? My buddy Dark Croc. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know
He
what?
sounds like a swell guy.
That's fine. That's fine, because I think you're both awesome, and love getting to spend time with you guys. So, even if you guys are mildly infuriating, when I ask you a 2-option question and you say yes.
Yes.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Very intuitive. Right now, objectives being hot. You can't be mad at that. It's just not successful with winning the gunnies on the point, and it's kind of hard when Spies run rampant. Finally gets taken down. Inferno, though, to pick up the pieces, and man, is he looking good. Has looked good in pretty much every game this series. Right now, 1 minute left to go on the clock. 3-life lead in favor of the defense. Nova standing their ground. Well, guess what? That ground is trying to be taken by 31ers, and they have put up a hell of a fight so far. We'll see if we can get them a little bit more respect if they are able to manage to pull out some kind of victorious attacking strat.
All right. Well, only time will tell. Right now, we're in another game that looks to be very, very close between the newcomers and some not only veterans, but some Stage 5 competitors. I mean, we're looking at only 4 lives in the lead for Nova, and they are starting to extend that a little by little, but here comes General Gore and Legacy with a couple kills of their own, looking to, maybe snag at least 1 away. If they can get to a Game 4, I think that's more than most teams will be able to do against Nova this season. And again, I do think Nova will take things a little bit more seriously when they face, the likes of Animus, the likes of 117 Not Found, the likes of Limitless. So, hard to say, but General Gore, 6 kills on board right now. We were talking earlier about that being the magic number, and you've also got Saturns on the opposition, the 1 player with 6. But time dwindling away, and listen, 31ers, you guys got to find a way to make something happen here. We got 1 tick.
Yeah, they're brewing. The strats are there. They just got to be flawless. 2 ticks. They're double timing it. B's going to be reversed. A's going to be handed over. They've got a 1-life advantage. Make it 2, 3, 4. They've got the objective. They've got a minute extension. Inferno trying to get the hell out of Dodge. These lives matter right now. Legacy's going to get dropped on the jump up. But with 49 seconds left to go, Inferno is playing it very spicy, and it's paying off so far. No way. Somebody in this man's reign.
Yikes. We used a pred right now, Gore.
No!
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. Back to the drawing boards. Another solid... Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That was just such a good hit. Double timing the A and B for the attack on that first round. They had 1 second left to spare. Technically, it was 2 with the second glitch. But such a great offensive effort. Maybe a little bit of hope here for 31ers. That's all they've been coasting off of so far, Date. As soon as I say that, insert Nova in the equation. They get 3 in the feed. That's plenty enough to jump the hill. And with nobody there to really support and in a prime position to shut it down, time's going to be stopped, clopped. Open up shop. Oh! Nova's hopping the objectives day. I'm done. I just go ahead. I'm done for the day. I'm done with casting for good. I'm just gonna go back to my 9-to-5er.
You're gonna go back to your 9-to-5er? Don't you got like a bunch of cool stuff coming up for you casting?
Yeah, I do, bro. I do. I have a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I hope you know that.
Man, I'm hoping we get some more fun stuff go brewing. You and I.
Listen,
both.
I love getting to cast with you, man. I'm sad that I'm only getting 4 days of Europe this season. Obviously, it's not anybody's fault but my own, but you know, it's a must-have situation, you know. So hopefully, we'll be able to afford more opportunities in the future. But Saturn's coming through. The big kill on to Gore there, hops the corner, finds Hart in 2 as well. And while the last one was very close, Verdict, this one is looking to be a blowout. We've obviously already got the A cap. We've now got 2 ticks of B with over 2 minutes left on the timer and a 13 kill lead for the side of Nova. And
man,
don't even need to finish it off in kills.
No.
They just outplay their opponents. They get the capture. And that is big for them.
Yeah, see, this is what happens, 31. When you play checkers with a team that's playing chess, it doesn't matter about the kills. It doesn't matter about the streaks. They're going to get the job done. Nova, there ain't no if and buts about it, bro. They are always objective focused, and it shows. Saturn's also handy with the steal, if you know what I mean. You got to earn your keep. Gore finally going to be able to take him down. That's 18 on board. They're going to hop the hill. Finally, a little... Okay, get that kill. Get back on the objective. You saw how fast Nova were able to cap B earlier with 3 players on there? That time accelerates. It multiplies when there's numbers on it. I think 3 is the max. But you're looking at 7 seconds per tick for 3 players in it versus 21 seconds. That's the console numbers, but I'm sure they're pretty close, statistically speaking, in COD Mobile 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's faster with multiple players one way or another. You know, if it matches up exactly, I don't know. But the point is you get that lockdown even faster when you've got bodies on the hill. So that's a big factor for control that I think a lot of teams haven't really nailed down yet. We see a lot of teams all the way from the top to the bottom of the standings that, you know, they get 1 player on the hill, everyone else is holding him. While that's fine, I think there's plenty of opportunities when you have your opponents truly pushed back that you can have a couple extra feet on the hill, even if just for a couple seconds, just to get that extra guaranteed tick or get that secured win in. And, well, we'll have to see, because right now, you see that double pressure coming through once again for the 31ers, and now Saturn is going to stop the B progress, but it's 1 tick on B, it's 2 on A, and Smile finally going to get gunned down. Hart and 2 looking to put pressure on over to B, and I think this is smart. I think B is a little bit more difficult to get.
Zed might have done something just, I mean, unspeakable. Almost gets to Goliath. Had the spawn trap full set. Time extended. Only 2 lives left. We got a little bit of a show on our hands right now. The games are getting spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've guaranteed ourselves a round number 4 based off of how well that attacking round went. It is questionable of a spot and drop for that Goliath to come through. It paid off. And right now, you could have been looking at a second one had Zed played a little bit better of his life, but found himself in enemy territory. Right now, they've got to be firm on the defense day.
Yeah, they definitely do. And, well, as things continue to roll on here, we do have a pred call in by Zed. It's going to find 1. He's got a hunter killer in pocket 2, so they could use that to try to grab a little bit more life advantage. You do see we have Creed pushed up with the Annihilator, but he immediately gets dropped, and that's a big operator burned out of the side of Nova. Now you can see that hunter killer is out. I think it might have got blown up by Spy. I think he went for the hop up and tried to get a gunfight, but ended up getting the shots out of the hunter killer instead. Is Spy still using an M16? No, he's using a Switchblade.
No.
So, I mean, we're even off the M16 now. We've got nothing but Switchblades, really, in favor of the side of Nova. So, if that doesn't... Well, we got 1 R9, but, I mean, it's actually a really good map for it.
Creed. Let's talk about that R9 shot right there. I mean, look how open you were, finally able to seal the damage, but you're not in a position to take full, like, of that R9's range and force your opponents to push you to close quarter. You're creating too much space, and I think that's, I mean, it's great that you're using the R9. I love to see the diversity, but there it is right there. You get them in close quarter proximity. Yeah, just erase them, bro. They are drunk off the hopper shots. Take another sip, homie. There is plenty to come. Right now, 2-1 lead in favor of Nova. They've got the A cap. They're looking for the B. They got a minute and 30 to do it. They have a 4-life deficit, but I mean, they've got already one tick of progress on B, and they are stacking the hill as we speak.
All right, well, we're dead even on lives. Can the side of the 31ers push us to a round 5 and maybe even a game 4 if they're able to win this control? Inferno gonna get dropped. Player lives running low for both teams, but the B cap, they gotta stop it by the 31ers. Spy gonna get the final kill necessary, and the 3-1-3-0 victory is going to come through for Nova. But the 31ers, man, for being a newly put together team with some new faces to the competitive scene on top of that, I got to say, these guys look pretty cracked here today.
I got to commend you. I mean, every map that we saw them play against Nova today was relatively close. And when I say relatively close, you mentioned, you know, Nova turning the Jets on and putting their serious face on, their game face. They're trying to close it out, and they just always manage to do it. That's exactly what you saw in that last round on the attack. They had such a great coordination to stack the hill, but also apply pressure to the spawns. You got streaks to go along with that and operators. Perfectly executed for them. Of course, they're stage 5 contending team. You know they're going to go ahead and not let this series develop into something that could have been a nightmare, but hell, they got that dog in them, Day. I don't know if you've seen the meme, but they've got those dogs in them. All of them. You take x-rays of 31ers, homie, they are full of those mean pit bulls just waiting to get out. And I think I saw a little bit of that out of Hart in one of those rounds, but bless their heart. It's 11-20 is where they're going to end out. 25-21 for Legacy. On the flip side of things, you got Spy with 24-20 or 18. You got 25-17 for Inferno. I'd love to see damage because I know that there was a lot of assists going on in that one. And Nova, they do what they needed to do to get this job done in 3. That takes us back to the hostess, the best in the business, Deanna. You escaped death one time so far this week. We escaped death this time for Nova. You rise on top. Is this Nova's chance to rise back on top for Mobile Mayhem?
Yes, they always do a great job, but I'm Animus fangirl, so yes, but Nova always comes and handle business. What?
She's like, well, look, I don't care about Nova. I'm an anime fan.
I don't want to say something, and it's like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Nova did amazing like always. I already said that I'm fangirling after Animus, so saying now that they have a good chance to win, it's like, I do believe Animus gonna win Mobile Mayhem this season too. So yeah, but I'm excited and I'm very happy watching Nova playing every time. We did have an awesome hardpoint, and 31ers actually came in with a good start of the game. We did had a good a close hardpoint at the beginning, but then the Goliath got kidnapped, and then kind of everything fell on the side of 31ers, and Nova actually came in with the win. On the SND, again, we had a couple of first rounds very close, right? But then Nova did manage to get with the win, okay, like always. And at the control, they most of the time had the control on the control, right? Oh, so funny. Oh my god, please
see
laugh.
What you did there. I love it.
They had spawns, they had good amount of kills, and they had a good utilities for the score streak. So overall, they did an amazing job. But for 31ers, being actually the first time I see them playing in this roster, they actually did an amazing job. And playing against a team as Nova is not easy. So I am actually very happy seeing them play like this, and I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna do when they're gonna play maybe with a team that is not as well, with a team that is more like, easier than Nova. Okay. But yeah. And we do have the team standings and the results of the day. Can you go over the results of the day?
I absolutely can. Guys, if you were not here for the start of the broadcast, we did have Limitless take down I2K Icy, and I gotta say that was a fairly convincing matchup based on the rosters that we had show up. That is definitely the predicted outcome that both myself and Verdict, as well as probably most of you guys in chat, had expected. Animus versus Zidium was our second match, and as you can see, the 3-0 victory did come through for Animus. But I gotta say, Zidium did put up a hell of a fight, in pretty regular points throughout that game. Kept the hard point fairly close. The control was pretty solid as well. I think the search was mostly felt control of Animus the whole time, but we saw definite signs of life out of the side of Xitium as well. So definitely worth a rewatch if you do appear to want to see that later. If you're an Animus fan and maybe you guys came by late, it'll of course all these games will be available on I believe Verdict's YouTube as well as for subscribers on Trovo. So be on the lookout for that. Then if you were here for the final matchup, Nova versus the 31ers, the 3-0 once again, but I gotta say that was not as convincing of a matchup. Nova versus the 31ers was definitely very, very close, and a lot of times we look at Nova and they let games get closer than they needed to be just because they maybe don't take their opponents seriously. They troll around a little bit with their loadouts, but I gotta say, we were again on Summit looking at 4 Switchblades and an R90, and that was a very close control.
No, it was, but I think everyone who played today, all Stage 5, competing teams, they are just as excited for Halloween as Deanna is, because boy did they bring out the brooms. There was a lot of sweeps across the board. I mean, this is exactly what we anticipate.
That was good.
I'm trying. But this was exactly what you want to see if you are the EU scene, because these 3 teams are going to be representing you. And as much as that means to the scene itself, it means everything to myself and whoever else is invested into the scene, such as Day, such as Deanna. We want to see these teams thrive. We also like to see them tested too, and 31 put a pretty solid dent in that Nova ego. I wouldn't say ego, more along the lines of you can't troll us, because we'll make you pay. And we saw a lot more serious Nova, which is the only thing we ever wanted to see added today, was serious matchups, and we got that. So overall, I think it was a dub of the day. I mean, standings look pretty solid too. If Deanna, if you want to run us through those. I'm trying to get the screenshot from Fire and Green, so I'm kind of multitasking while also trying to brew up what my next pun is going to be.
Oh, okay. So we do have on the first place Nova coming in with 40 points, followed by second place Animus with 20 points. We have the third place Limitless, 20 points. Xitium on fourth with 20 points. Theory Gaming fifth with 15 points. We have 117 Not Found, sixth place with 5 points. And seventh place 31ers with 0 points. 8th place Astra with 0 points. And 9th place I2K IC with 0 points. Damn, this is the first time I'm actually reading standings. Damn.
Feels good, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's empowering. Nova's at the top right now, and again, I've mentioned it. They have been the most consistent team I have ever seen in any mobile mayhem. I think Tribe could give them a run for their money in an 8, but even Tribe has had their downfalls with roster manias come through. Nova has always been at the elite status inside of the mobile mayhem tournaments, and I can't speak outside of it. I've seen other tournaments community-wise, but I'm really hoping that this team collectively gets better and better to increase that competition for Stage 5, because I do not want to see them have another Stage 5 repeat that we saw last year. No, anybody? Okay, all right. Well, look, if you've got an increased skill gap in Nova, that means the competition is thriving, and we all know that competition breeds competition. So if you get Nova to, up their game, it's only going to make Animus better too. So it's a win-win situation for the entire region.
I agree.
Exactly. We agree.
All right. Well, that's going to end our stream for the night. We had some pretty solid Stage 5 opponents show up, and they get shown out. We'll see them and you all next week. If you're itching for some more COD Mobile Mayhem action, well, drop Day a follow, because we're going to be, casting some Mobile Mayhem later tonight, Day, in about 3 hours. So we're going to get you guys geared up for a raid. we are going to send you over to some of your, well, one of your favorite streamers. I'm not sure who, but we'll figure it out. So we're going to hear a word from COD Mobile on our way out. We will see you guys later tonight, hopefully. But if not, we'll see you next week. Adios and vaya con Dios. Besitos. Love you.
Bye.